orgasmic. Order more acid, more than 4 tablets. Portal door passage, born before mortal war happened. We were lords way before we were poor black men. Now we like Catherine, only having 4 Jacksons. Sword of pure magic, sword 4 dragons. Heat like corduroy fabric, door-to-door tactics. Easy like tortoise on board floor back. Order more acid, more like the man I created. Portal door passage, play with it. Shine radiant, raising it, sunbathing it. Voice tone sharper than razor tip. When I aim it at megaliths, make them raise and lift. You can't relate to this, even if you paint a pic of me and you and somehow make the faces switch. But I like to babysit, throne made of baby skin, donated by natives that procreate in sin. They gon' need to raise the rim. They gon' need a cage in that gymnasium. I play to win, Will still Chamberlain. Put the globe on my middle finger and made it spin. They gon' need to raise the rim. They gon' need a cage in that gymnasium. I play to win, Will still Chamberlain. Even Damien and Satan is afraid of him.
And they was talking all that hot ish. The prophets ain't apostles here, the gospel is the gossip. I'm a science project, try and pocket this rhyming process. Watch us, information going through lines. Fiber optics, this is Miley Cyrus in her freak phase. The naked truth, don't be Ray Caruth in a trunk punk, just take the truth shit. Daisy Dukes at a night show, I raid your room, change the mood. That was light though, yeah. Break a fuse if they refuse, it's snapping. Shots without the flashes. If I was ever in a pit with you, that's harassment. Your storyboard magic, they had it. To be real, our ears over the field like 100-yard passes. Score the basket, order more caskets. Only way they getting bypasses is gastric. I'm tapped in, it's too late. Fix your face, this is sleeping on a killer in a cabin by Crystal Lake.
Lord,
we got rent to raise.
They gon' need to raise the rim. They gon' need a cage in that gymnasium. I play to win, Will still Chamberlain. Put the globe on my middle finger and made it spin. They gon' need to raise the rim. They gon' need a cage in that gymnasium. I play to win, Will still Chamberlain. Even Damien and Satan is afraid of him.
Okay. What's good, y'all? See y'all tuning in. What up? I already know what it is. We about to do this album review. Shout out to Cambatta coming through. Yo, peace to Mellow Music Group, you know what I mean, for plugging this up, man. Shout out to the whole team Cambatta.
Yes, sir.
You
hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Thank you, brother. Shout out to Break a Leg, man. This is a celebration, man. I appreciate you more than words can express, man. Thank you. And anybody watching and listening, thank you.
Word up, man. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in, man. I see y'all. Yeah, man. I love the artwork too, yo. The artwork is fresh, bro. I seen that you posted something about the person that did it.
Yeah, it came out in the UK. He hand drew it.
Word, that's dope. I also see you like posting stuff about, different things about the album. Like I think there's a singer from South Africa on the album, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, like my namesake connects to Africa, specifically South Africa. It's a popular name out there. And my music has a huge draw in South Africa. I say it's my second biggest fan base. I have actually thousands of fans out there somehow, like a cult fan base out there. And I'm also connected with a very, very talented writer and spoken artist named Nono the poet. And she's actually from South Africa. So it's only right that I started off with the woman from the motherland, because I actually, the first track is called Blood Moon. So if you know anything about the moon cycle and how that relates to the woman and what the blood moon represents, it's only right to have that energy with the mother spirit on there, or a female spirit on there.
That energy, man, that blood moon energy. Yo, and I was gonna ask you, how do you pronounce her full name? Because I see you got her full name right here. It says featuring, and I don't want to say it.
Just say no. Just say no.
No.
Yeah,
All
because
right.
it's very difficult. I don't want to slice it up myself. So yeah, we just call it no.
All right, yeah, because I thought I was bugging. I'm like, hold up, I'm usually good at pronunciations. I'm like,
Yeah,
nah, yo, hold up, I can't pronunciate that. So shout out to No the Poet. Actually,
yeah.
that's dope. That's a good way to set way to this first joint. You know what I mean, called Blood Moon, featuring No the Poet. So we're
Yes,
gonna
sir.
play that joint. Shout out to people's worldwide, man, in Africa, everywhere that support the hip hop culture. You know what I mean? We got a dope album. I'm looking forward to this review. And actually, you know what I mean? I didn't even listen to the project yet. This is my first time. The only song I heard was Michael L. Jackson. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, so you in for a surprise then?
Exactly. So we all in for a surprise. Shout out to Cambatta, Mellow Music Group. Let's get it in, man. This Blood Moon featuring No the Poet, South Africa. Peace.
LSD, Lunar Solar Duality. For the past couple years, I've seen tragedy at max. It's getting dark, I hope my shadow can adapt. Family home went from a palace to a shack. Dilapidated castle to a trap. Daddy never had me on his lap. So when a male authority figure at me, I'm casually reacting with attack. I've always been as talented at rap. Only recently a nigga's on me like I got a saddle on my back. Eve got a mouth on me like an apple in my sack. Fully automatic chopping, how I'm hacking with the Mac. Mr. Robot with data I extract. Traffic in the packs on the blockchain, ain't no tracking me on that. Travel back to Africa and back with the artifacts, blueprints, papyrus and maps. Like I'm Indiana Jones, but if Harrison was black. I'm just trying to keep my heritage intact. Electron, FX on, Gen, EDX long, 10x strong. Rocks wilder than Red Meth song. Vest Teflon, Red Fez, sex mech spawn. Text get drawn. Slaughter pigs on this redneck farm. Wake 'em up with the FedEx bomb. Separate head, neck, arm. Chest, legs gone. Body parts everywhere like on sex ed walls. Medex call. World looking like the next Red Dawn. Smoke gas to the face like my head Chevron is Cameron. Alien, I'm beyond luck. Me on beyond Elon Musk. Me on beyond Eon Flux. Pre-door, C-door, queens are fucks. Evolving all things I touch. Me on seesaw, fling y'all up. See Mars, see star dust. See me and everybody Murphy on clump. Yup. 1 Pac, 2 Pac, 3 Pac, none. Chuck. Bruce, Lee, I punch. Duck. Short arms, can't box with God. My arms long enough to be God up if he got shrunk. LSD, MT, I puff. Out cloud that I be on and pee on Trump. I'm the bully in the back of the retard bus. In front of a starving man, I eat my lunch. Munch, Grey Poupon, Dijon brunch. So many slaves, I don't need my thumbs. Press tab on tongue like a Reebok pump. Jump. Jew-man, Jumanji on mush. John D on dust. All this Mooney I touch. It should read in me I trust.
Mother Moon, coat my throat with spirits that can only be found at the palms of dead legends that now live in the cosmos. For far too long, we have buried our rights in this western plight to fly among stars and stand beside stars. At cost too high to land softly, we have forgotten. We are luminous, rousing lunar gods under one god. We must go back to get tomorrow right. Young man, light a match, start a fire, and burn. You are the sun. My moon pie will soothe. Abandon all biased system functions and welcome to the introduction and LSD induction. We're now at Cameron Junction. This art serves as a spiritual function. Sun.
Woo! Damn. Yo. I love it, man. I love the fact that you got the dialogue in there, man, because I feel like a lot of albums be missing that type of thing in it, where there's no interludes. It's just songs. There's no interludes. There's no concept really to the album. It's
Yeah,
just songs. You know what I mean?
exactly.
I
Yeah,
love the fact that y'all added those clips to the end there like that, to make it like a movie kind of thing.
exactly. Yeah, we essentially the concept of the album is lunar solar duality, and there's 16 tracks. So the first 8 tracks are associated with darkness and the lunar, the night aspect of it, and then
Mm,
the next 8 tracks are all associated with the solar or the enlightenment aspect of it. And
dope.
yeah, so I'm actually just like in the story of Dante's Peak. I'm traveling from the fiery depths of hell to make my journey through earth, through the realization of feeling and the tangibility of this material world to make my ascension to heaven towards the end. So this is a life and birth story. This is the story of the Christ that actually is a template for all of our lives. So Blood Moon was the
Mm.
first track to bring that in.
Dope, man, dope. And if y'all don't know what Blood Moon is, go look that up. Catch the next one that comes, and it's a beautiful thing when you actually witness it physically. Like I think we had one recently, like not too long ago.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. I've had for those psychonauts out there, the people that experiments with psychedelics, I had a very traumatic and life-changing psychedelic trip on a blood moon that happened in 2014. It was April 14th, 2014, or April 4th. It was the same night that Plies, the rapper, got body slammed off the stage. And I was
Mm,
in New Orleans and I was tripping. I did about 5 grams of penis envies while I was on some super strong LSD. So that song was actually related to the extrapolations and the random abstract thought that goes through my mind going through those episodes
crazy.
on a blood moon, which is the time of ritual. When you do things underneath these crazy celestial happenings, so all that zodiac astrology is not all bullshit. Obviously, the sun has an effect on Earth. So it's safe to say that all the other bodies that you see in space also have an effect. Maybe not as direct, but every single
Mm,
piece of light that you see with your waking eyes has an effect on your body, mind, and soul.
mm. You know what's crazy? I was just talking to somebody about the different types of light, not just light in general. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like even with just light bulbs, for instance. Not
Yes.
not even. I'm just gonna break this down with light bulbs. There's different types of light bulbs. If you just getting regular light bulbs, it's called a soft white light bulb, right? That's not very natural light, so it makes your mind feel differently. When you have a natural sunlight, daylight light bulbs, and you put these in your house, it actually makes your mind believe that you're in nature because of
Mm,
the natural light. So it makes you more at ease, and actually helps with stress and all that. You know what I mean? So
yes,
the
sir.
different effect, like you said, the different effects of light, like it's crazy how it breaks down like that with the different shades of light. You know what I mean? It's insane. But I want to pull up the album cover because a lot
Yeah.
of people were asking me. Hold on, let me try to pull it up real quick.
Shout out to Kane in the UK. He actually hand drew the concept, um, all based on psychedelics and duality, the polarities of
Sheena
life.
Hall, what's up? Trav, what's good? Heritage Hip Hop, my man Karev, what up? Actually, my man Karev was the one that said he wanted to see the cover, so let me pull this up. I'm gonna have to share my screen with y'all real quick. Let's see. Screen one. All right, boom. Tell me if y'all can see that.
Yeah, I see that.
Can y'all see that?
Yes,
Mm.
sir. You see the ethereal vagina that happens in the Vesica Pisces process, which is also related to the yin and yang. All of the opposite aspects of polarity and duality are encompassed. You see the sperm, which are represent the stars in the space and the fish in the sea. as well as the creepy crawlers that you see on Earth. Underneath that, you see the Amanita muscaria, which is a popular psychedelic mushroom. I mostly stay on the psilocybin side of things. It's a little more direct, less physical harm you have to go through. Then of course you see the tongue, which is like a face vagina, tongue being the phallic aspect of it. And then you see the LSD, of course, tabs, LSD 25, dimethyltryptamine acid. I mean, you could really dig this. This cover has a lot of symbolism, the sun and the moon, everything is here. You see cells, you see everything is encompassed in this, and that's what I tried to make sure I did throughout the music too, is to pretty much embody this imagery. You know,
it's crazy, man.
Ironically, yes.
There's so much you could break down in this art. It's crazy, yo. It's crazy.
Yes, sir. You see Amun Ra in the center. It's definitely a nice dichotomy.
All right, so I just wanted to show y'all that real quick. Shout out to my homie Karev from Heritage Hip Hop. But yo, now that's another thing, like with the artwork, you know, a lot of people don't like go hard like with the artwork. Like some people just rely on just taking a picture of themselves and just putting like a fly picture of themselves, you know. Like I love artwork like this, man. This is something that you want a hard copy of, you know what I mean? And you want to just to have that artwork, you know what I mean? Like that's what makes people want the hard copy. Maybe a lot of people ain't buying hard copies because, you know, artwork's been whack, you know, like a lot of people are being lazy with the artwork. You feel me?
Yeah, used to fold. Some of them used to fold out to papers. They had the posters, and then had the lyrics in there. But yeah, I mean, we're witnessing two types of artists: artists that seek popularity and fame. So they're not necessarily doing it for the art form; they're doing it for what art brings. See art and use the art up until the point that they need to use it. But then there's artists like me, and that really do it strictly for the art form itself. Like I don't mind making an abundant life, but I can't lie to my spirit, and my spirit wakes up and gets a little bit more excited about creating a new bar than it does about just getting likes and being popular and wearing, you know, the best Gucci and shit, you know. So this album, the art, the beats, the lyrics all reflect my approach towards art, you know.
Definitely, man. And I love the fact that you know, put that out there like that yourself, like just genuinely, you know, be yourself in the music. And that's, you know, that's a missing thing also nowadays is authenticity, you know, and not even just hip hop, just in the entertainment business in general. So, you know, that's a rare thing. Shout out to that, man. So we gonna get into this next joint. It's called Bones of Osiris. Anything you want to say before we start that joint?
Yeah, shout out to Troop, the producer. It was Matthew Godfather on the first beat. This beat, Bones of Osiris, is produced by Troop from Rochester, New York. Crazy song about, if you know who Osiris is, do you know the story about how his body was scattered by Set and reassembled by his wife Isis? If you're more into the Kemetic, you'll be familiar with Osar nor Set, or Set. And this has direct application to what we're going through right now, how we're in a scattered situation and it takes something traumatic to bring us together.
Dope. Yo, so we're going to get into this joint, Bones of Osiris. Shout out to Cambatta. Shout out to Mellow Music Group. Let's get it in. This Break a Leg ENT. I'm your boy Kosan. You already know. Make sure y'all tune in every Friday. You know what I mean? Constructive criticism. And also tune in tomorrow. We on the rooftop live streaming, yo. So make sure y'all tune into that. Let's go. Bones of Osiris. Cambatta.
Solar powered airplane, following the daylight. Never have to say night, never have to see dark. Hoping I can stay bright, never ending theme park. No, I got the wing dog, floating like a free hawk. Motion to the epoch, quoting out the Enoch. Social with degree arts, yoga at the tea shop. Older than the Pequots, soldier was the Ewoks. Vulcan at your weak spot, open up the key locks. Kobe with the 3-shot, poster in a D-Voc, holster when I need Glock, potent when I see cops. If I'm the animal who's standing over me in green socks, hopefully I meet Pac. Free not, everybody gotta pay to live. Laws were created by some racist pigs. You can never own a planet, but he made it his. Then he stripped the languages from my native lips. But I guess it's just the way it is. If you make a man hungry, he take greater risks. I will break into your crib just to raid your fridge. If I bear hug a bear, I could break his ribs. I could never be a slave to this, even though we on the plantation where Satan lives. He don't even got no clothes in his closet, just fabric, a sewing machine, and a little Asian kid. To the bone, bad to the motherfucking bone, bitch. I'm bad to the motherfucking bone, bitch. I'm bad to the bone. Never had a dad in my home. I got everything I have on my own, cause I'm black and I'm grown. And I'm bad to the bone, and I'm bad to the motherfucking bone, bitch. I'm bad to the bone. Never had a dad in my home. I got everything I have on my own. Shepherd of the lambs in a Yorgini, attached to the bottle like a lost genie. Fly like a seagull in a beanie. I can feel it in the air like a lair as I soar freely. Can the Lord see me? If my eyes are windshields to my soul, my song is a long squeegee. Beyond 3D, psychic went blind trying to palm read me. Jack you in public, you all pee-wee. I'm an addict, but I'm functional. A habit's only bad if you ain't punctual. Only in the midst of chaos am I comfortable. Religion works cause human beings are gullible. Talking business, have a brunch with you. Talking metaphysics, smoke a blunt with you. Talking to some women, I'ma fuck a few. But if you talk about my mama, then I'm snuffing you. I hear the beat and I just mumble through. I'm mumbling now, I'm just eloquent as Huxtables. If you're not as smart as me, I'm dumb to you. My favorite color's the number W. I'll never call another man a boss. Rocks are only hard cause your hands are soft. Never had a father or Santa Claus. If I see a reindeer, I rip antlers to the bone. Bad to the motherfucking bone, bitch. I'm bad to the motherfucking bone, bitch. I'm bad to the bone. Never had a dad in my home. I got everything I have on my own cause I'm black and I'm grown. And I'm bad to the bone, and I'm bad to the motherfucking bone, bitch. I'm bad to the bone. Never had a dad in my home. I got everything I have on my own.
Man. Fuck, bro. That shit. Hey, yo, what's crazy is, yo, George Thorogood, Bad to the Bone, yo. Like, that's one of my favorite rock records of all time, yo.
Yeah, me too, yo.
But I was
Bad to the bone. That's Terminator. Literally, the Terminator movie. He walked in the fucking bar and he was like, doo, 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 doo. One of my favorite scenes ever.
Yo, that's my joint right there. When I was young, yo, I used to rock out to that joint.
Mm-hmm.
Bad to the Bone, man. But that's fire, yo. Damn, man, the energy is crazy on this joint so far. Just on the first two records, man. Like, the production is insane, and I love it, man. I love to see, you know, I love to see when an artist is at their full capabilities, man. When they work with the right producers and the right, you know, people behind them, man. It's just
Yeah.
it just comes out right like that, you know. Like, you know, we hear a lot of artists when they're coming up, you know what I mean, and like a lot of them have talent, but then, you know, a lot of artists that don't have the right teams behind them, you know, they still have talent, but you know, they never get the chance to put together something with their full capabilities, man. And I'm already loving what I'm hearing so far.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Only more to come, bro. It only gets more and more intense as we go along.
Damn.
Yeah. Everything has kind of like a Christ connotation. You'll notice that throughout time, there's been many Christ-like figures. I mean, anywhere from Superman to Horus to Osiris to the Buddha to Michael Jackson to any of the geniuses or anybody that's at the forefront, anybody that's a leader, anyone that's I guess a paradigm shifter.
Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, Jimi Hendrix, a Carlos Santana, a Jeff Beck, the Beatles. I was listening to Elvis. Elvis, even though that guy was, even though they say he was racist, I was listening to his music and wherever it was inspired from, he definitely nailed it down. but James Brown, a Prince, you know, I mean, we've had so many musical
Sam Cooke.
Sam Cooke, crazy. I mean, Al Green, and then throughout hip hop, we've had so many geniuses come along. But I think that we've only seen the beginning of it. I mean, a lot of our best lyricists went to battle rap because lyricism doesn't always align with musicality. They're two separate disciplines.
Yeah.
So to find somebody that can do both simultaneously and achieve both of them on a high level, it's very hard. You have to work very hard at it. You have to spend more time practicing than you do getting famous and getting rich. And that's the path I decided to take. I decided to take not the hard path, because there's the easy path to success, there's the medium path, there's the hard path, and then there's the path never traveled. And that's the one where you have to pull out your machete and clear it yourself. And that's what I decided to do. So that way I could put a flag there and say it's my trail. So, you know, I'm just taking the discipline on my elders and putting it to use in the best case scenario.
Word up, man. And you know, and you're just keeping it unique, man. I love it, yo. Like, I mean, ever since the first time I heard you, we was listening to the I-95 joint earlier, like the freestyle. I was like, yo, who is this cat, yo? And then I met you later on. Like, it was crazy because we bumped into each other at the Conway show in the Highline Ballroom.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And then we was on a mission. We was all on a trip that day. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Piff James.
Shout out to Piff James. We was in the studio with Planet Asia. You know what I mean? And y'all created some dope shit. You and Planet Asia, which was dope, man. Shout out to Piff. Piff actually made the beat. That was crazy, man. I was in the studio for a while peeping that, man. But yeah, man. I like I said, I love the energy. Somebody's in the chat room said 33 live in person. Who's that? Nature's Reflection. You know who that is?
Yeah, that's a supporter family. Thank you, Nature's Reflection, man, for showing support and logging on, man. I thank you so much. They definitely, you know, I've only attracted people that understand it and that are understand and understand what I'm saying, because I'm saying what they're thinking, and I'm saying it with a microphone. So everybody that listens to this and becomes a part of it, I'm just you, essentially. I just took a part of my life and I dedicated it to just getting that. So thank you so much.
Word up, man. And shout out to the people who have an open ear for that, you know, that look for that authenticity. So shout out to Sheena Hall in the chat room.
Yeah, Sheena Hall, yo, definitely, man. That's a sister right there, man. Like she's been supportive for a very long time. She's very talented herself. She's working with the mycelium and the shroom and the medicine, and she practices. She's a practitioner of not only what she studies, but what she feels inside of herself. So definitely shout out to Sheena Hall.
Word up, man. So we gonna get it. So we gonna set it off to this next joint. Since somebody said 33 live in person, we gonna get into this joint called 33 featuring Kenny Buttons. If y'all don't know, we got Cambatta here with us. We are doing an album review for his project, Lunar, Solar, Duality. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all go check it out. It's on all platforms. Y'all, this is like a listening party, so y'all can get a taste of it. Shout out to Cambatta and shout out to Mellow Music Group. Let's go. Kenny Buttons is on this joint. It's 33.
Yes.
Life is a gamble. Playing with a dealt out. Been down plenty, but I'm up, I stay ready. Ain't much I can't handle. Devil on my ass, he keep trying. Stuff me out, take my life. God done pulled me from the depths of his hell too many times. around the age of 5 was the very last time I looked my father in the eyes before the nigga bounced. I was about 6 when I seen my mama get a wig split by some nigga she let in the house. I was 7 when I learned my first lesson about sexing from the magazine collection underneath the couch. I was 8 when I learned about bass. It was Christmas, I was looking for my presents and I found an ounce. I was 9 when I shot my first 9 in the backyard with my Uncle Sean, them was good times. I was 10 when I lost my best friend to a stray bullet that I heard was fired out that same 9. 11 when I learned about heaven from the reverend when he told me that was where my homie probably was. I was 12 when I learned about hell, mama wasn't doing well, whole fam on a lot of drugs. 13, I was smoking so much weed, I was basically a fiend, I was high as fuck every day. 14, I was on a sports team, but I quit it cause I knew I wasn't going to the NBA. 15, got pussy for the first time and getting more pussy's only thing up on a nigga mind. 16, started writing 16, niggas said I spit mean, bitches love it when a nigga rhyme. 17, I ain't graduate, but a nigga needed money, I was on the corner trying to slang trees. 18, graduated to the bass fiends, now I'm on the big money and great things. New whip on 18s, new chick my chain swing, caught up in the gang thing, trying to make my name ring, even put a mask on, I let that AK ring. By the age of 19, I'm sitting in that state bing. Till I was 21, turned me to a monster, I am no longer my mother's son. By the age of 22, I had my first child, I ain't raising, now my mother got another son. I was 23 when my uncle called me and told me that my father died, but I ain't cry. 24, I was sniffing so much cane, I was smoking so much dust, all I thought about was homicide. 25, I was sitting in the ER, I caught a shot from the kid that I robbed when I was 18. 26, got addicted to the pills that the doctor gave me. I was struggling to stay clean. 27, learned my lesson. I was back inside corrections, but I think it was a blessing in disguise though. Turned Christian for a second, then Islamic met the brethren, but I had a lot of questions on my mind though. That religion couldn't answer, started reading every book that I could find. I'm getting smarter as my time goes. I was getting so much wiser, I could feel my soul is rising. I could finally look myself in the eyes though. Finally got paroled at 31. Trying to make connections with my son, but he don't know me. He remind me of the old me when my father left me lonely, so I started as his homie. Schooled him to the lessons life showed me, hoping later he'll console me when he see me as a man and not a phony. 32, I turned a new leaf. A new queen pregnant, she 32 weeks. My son is living with me and his mother we speak. I help her get off drugs clean 32 weeks. Started up a program for the brothers in the streets. It's an outreach, freeing with the knowledge we teach. Turning water into Henny, everybody at the table getting bread and we eat. When they see you as a king, just be aware of all the envy and the jealousy it brings. Especially a teen, it's usually the one that comes in second that develops a deceptive way of being. Left hand man, he set me up. Went and talked to the forces and wet me up. Finally they murdered me at 33. Nigga Christ, you heard me. Finally they murdered me at 33. This nigga Christ, you heard me. Finally they murdered me at 33. This nigga Christ, you heard me. This nigga Christ, you heard me.
Woo!
Cheer.
Damn, man.
Love
Killing it right now, yo. Killing it, yo.
it. Shout out to Kenny Buttons. Shout out to Lucis Swank. Shout out to Dre. That joint right there is basically 33 years. Related to not only me, but I guess it's a hyperbolic alternative story of my life based on happenings in my life and other people around me directly. So it's loosely based true story. I just turned 33 at the releasing of this album. So it basically signifies that if you take the template of your life and really start to sift through not only the Bible, but other divine revelations that were alliterated, you'll notice that it sounds a lot. You'll stumble on at least one or two stories that sound exactly like your life. And it's because us as human beings, we obviously all of us have 2 arms, 2 legs. We all have a certain structure of our activity and what we do. We all shit, we all sleep, we all eat. We all have this 24-hour cycle. We all kind of do the same thing. So the chances that the stars are telling your story is very likely. And that's what I'm saying here. It's not so much of a God complex as saying that I'm Christ. I'm saying that everybody is. Everybody has that potential in them. And it wouldn't be fair if God only made one superhuman or whatever was responsible for creating us. He put that in there, and that story, whether it be directly true or not, doesn't matter as much as what it's trying to tell you. And it's trying to give you
what? I got a story about something like that, which is crazy, right?
Yeah.
So let me start from the beginning of it real quick. There's this festival that they have in Jersey called Jersey Fresh Jam. And this was the first year they invited me to come rock at that shit. So I was excited about it. So anyway, I went down to South Jersey and I had some shirts made to be in the show. And well, me and my boy got the shirts done and we leave and we get pulled over. And I end up getting locked up the day before the festival, right? For something that I didn't even do. Like it was something in the car that was just some bullshit. Like it was aspirin. And they tried to tell me it was some other shit. So they actually locked me up for like 5. I was locked up in Mercer County Jail for like 5 or 6 days.
You'd be able to sue for that, bro. That's
for something I didn't do, right? Check it out. This is the story though. Check it. So while I was there, right? You know, you're bored when you're in jail. So I'm like, yo, you know, I'm looking for something to do. And this dude, he's like, yo, here, read this. It's the book of Job in the Bible, right? So check it out. So boom. So I read it, you know what I mean? And what's is crazy is that before this, like a month or 2 before, this guy I know, he's a reverend, he actually told me to read the book of Job. And a friend of mine suggested it to me as well, like just recently. So the guy all he had to read was the book of Job. He had nothing else from the Bible, just that one scripture, right? So boom, I read it. So I end up getting transferred to a different county for some other bullshit ticket, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, I end up in a holding cell with this white dude named Job, yo. How the hell does that happen? Yo, when have you ever met somebody named Job? J-O-B, Job, like, yo, so I meet this guy, and like, I'll swear, bro, I had like this crazy out-of-body experience when I was there. Like, when I met him, like, I kind of was like, you know what I mean, thrown back off it, but it was, you know, it was a lesson for me, you know, like, I really read into that, passage in the Bible, and, you know, like, Job thought that he was being punished by God, but he wasn't, you know what I mean, like, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy though. It's crazy.
I actually received that book when I was I grew up in a Black Hebrew church, and I received that book of Job when I was young, and it was it's one of the shortest stories in the Bible, and it's such an interesting story because he was a man of virtue. He was a rich man that that had 7 sons, and he wasn't a sinner. He lived righteously, and God had to test his strength somehow. And God, and it's a lesson that no matter who you are, where you are, how safe you are, God's gonna test you. And just like in that situation, you were innocent, but you got to test anyway. And it's not because God hates you. It's just because at any time, when he sees the strongest soldiers, those are the ones that need the most testing, because now it's to see where your rank truly is. Like, oh, are you Jordan or not? Are you the next Christ or not? And I actually wrote a song that's gonna come out soon featuring K Reno. And it's about Job essentially, because Steve Jobs is Saint Eve, S-T-E-V-E, Job. And I won't take it too much further than that, but I've cracked it. I've cracked the code. And
wow.
I actually, it's crazy.
I can't wait to hear that.
Yeah, it's crazy that you bring up Joe, because I didn't know how many people knew about that story. So it's definitely exciting to know that you know, because
yeah,
I'm about to
crazy, man. Like I said, how do you just bump into somebody, you know, and where I was at too? It was like I'm in a holding cell in a different county that I wasn't even in. You know what I mean? And I'm talking to this dude. His name is Job and shit. And I'm like, yo, that's some bugged out shit. But yeah, man, it's definitely, you know, there's definitely signs that lead to the light that you need to see, man.
There's no coincidences, only synchronicities. And the deeper and older you get in your wisdom, the more you realize the patterns in nature and the mathematical, cyclical nature of how everything loops. And the more you see the patterns, the less you'll not see them. You know, and it starts to get scary.
Yo, shout out to Team Code QY. They said peace to the God beyond dope. Shout out to E-Sun. I see you. What's up, my bro? Buffalo Soldier said Bada is the most slept on artist. I mean, what up, yo?
Word, I just shared the link on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you're on right now, please let people know that we're on. Either way, we're going to push it afterwards. But yeah, let everyone know what we're doing right now. This ain't just for us. We're trying to elevate the game of hip hop so that your sons and daughters have something of integrity to build up towards.
Word, man.
You know?
And teaching lessons through the music, man. I love it, yo.
Yes,
so this next joint, yo, I don't know. What's the title of this next joint, yo?
You could just call it Negro Christ, man. Basically, it's the after effect of 33. And 33, I die. So, and we all know that after Christ dies, he resurrects, and he resurrects as nigger Christ, which is actually oxymoronical and paradoxical in a sense, because the way that the word nigger is described is as a word that describes ignorance, and then Christ represents enlightenment. So we're talking about from ignorance to enlightenment, but we're also saying that the ignorance comes first. Now, also, in order for you to, also we have the aspect of the surface level of nigger Christ. A nigger is usually a black dude, and Christ has been depicted as a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white guy. So it plays on the dichotomy of nigger Christ in all levels. But it was produced by V-Don. It's the first song that was recorded for the album in 2016.
Oh, by V-Don. Shout out to V-Don, man. One of the most slept on producers out there. So many dope joints with Ito and Willie the Kid, and so many dope artists. Shout out to V-Don, man. We gonna get into this joint. We got Cambatta here with us. We listening to that Lunar Solar Duality. Make sure y'all go check it out after y'all hear this. You know what I mean, on all streaming platforms. Let's go.
What if I was to tell you right now that Jesus really don't exist?
What the fuck? Yo, what the hell you
I just want you to calm down and talk to me.
What is you talking about, man? What the fuck you mean Jesus don't exist? What's wrong with you? What the...
Listen, that was a trick by the white man.
What the fuck, man? Did I tell you something wrong with you, man?
Why?
Because Jesus always exists. What the fuck? How the hell you think all these people got over here, man?
Back from the death. I don't have to repent, I don't ask for the breath. Life is of gradual steps, and I feel like the last one is next. But they knocked me down. A nigga just a king without a crown. I'm so hungry, I don't need to speak. I let my stomach growl. You just wonder how. Melanin Lord, the sun is my energy source, the one that the devil informs. My head full of thorns, I'm stuck in this 21st century war. Lucidly thinking, Lucy the juice that I'm drinking, hallucinate truth in its meaning. I view a computer's a dreaming, unusual humanoid heaving. Delusional even, at funerals chiefing, I laugh in a room full of grievance. My hugest achievement is proving that music is fluent as breathing. I give them life, I give them life, from the dark, I give them life. A nigga Christ, nigga Christ, nigga Christ. I give them life. I give them life from the dark. I give them life. A nigga Christ, yeah. Nigga Christ. My body is cybernetic. Oxygen is a psychedelic. Make it move kinda like kinetics. Make the coke hard like I'm his fetish. Now my wifey jealous. Ghetto sophistication in my mental configuration. Pissing yellow precipitation on your head while I'm in a spaceship till I'm feeling weightless. Higher learning got me sipping Remy, shooting banks up. Cause a rapper paw, I be at your door with the Macklemore like the cracker rapper on the Apple Store. You would think I'm Cinderella's prince, cause I'm going door to door with the pump. If the shoe fits, let it ring. Street sweeper like a broom, so you better jump. Jump off with the tramp on lean +2. That's a triple top gripper pump. It's a UFO with a laser beam that'll lift them up. Alienate you. You gonna think that they alienate you. Eat you so fast that I barely could taste you. I could see you scared to fear in your facial. Thank you. Thank you. I give them life. I give them life. From the dark, I give them life. A nigga Christ. Nigga Christ. Nigga Christ. I give them life. I give them life. From the dark, I give them life. A nigga Christ. Nigga Christ. Yeah. Nigga Christ. I turn vices to virtues. Call it island reversal. I wake up your light and research you. I restore the sight in your third view. My science is verbal. From deep in the silence I birth you. Circle divided by circle inside of a cipher of circles. Like Vesica Pisces I merge you. The cycles converge you. When God uses joystick to guide me, he plays so hard that he numbed his thumbs. I'ma hit a lick like I punched the tongue. I'm as sharp as the knife Jay stuck in on. Cruella, I'm the 101. I got hungry lungs. Me versus the whole world's population still feels like a one-on-one. You see impossible, I see I'm possible. Mama, look at what I could do. Body the obstacles. Father Muhammad the honorable. Khalid Muhammad on Donahue. I give them life. I give them life. From the dark, I give them life. A nigga Christ. I give them life. I give them life. From the dark, I give them life. A nigga Christ. Nigga Christ. Nigga Christ. Bada.
What if I was to tell you right now that Jesus really don't exist?
Woo! Woo!
Yes.
Stirring up that energy, man. Man.
You know, playing with them, giving them the art, you know.
Crazy, yo, crazy.
The art, mystical fart, man.
Yo, your rhyme pockets are insane, yo. Like these pockets you get in, you just be like, it's like beating a drum, yo. It's like you beating a drum, man, for real.
Yeah,
real,
man. I definitely try to isolate that experience. And it's like when we're dealing with rapping, that as you know, as a fellow lyricist, like you could slow down time. And when the listener hears it, they hear it all at one moment. It could take you a lifetime to write a book that takes the reader 3 hours to read. So they get this condensed reality. And so I make sure that I give people the best case scenario with each rhyme scheme. And just thankfully, I've taken the time throughout my life to take a really an intentional critiquing of what makes the art form dope and just try to isolate that experience. What makes Eminem so potent as a rhymer, specifically with his syllabics and the way that he bends words. And then, you know, I know my mind is capable of it, so I just do it. And I push it. And that was the beginning. That was 4 years ago, bro.
That's crazy, man. Yo, who's some of your rhyme influences, man? Like
definitely Big L, Cameron, Busta Rhymes, DMX.
No. I want you to dig deeper than that. Like, give me somebody that you know what I mean, that maybe people wouldn't know. That'd be like, it could be anybody. It could be anybody.
Oh man, I would say,
like, who's your go-to secret like artist that you go to, man?
That's a good one.
Said I'm trying to think of mine.
Yeah, I would say if I'm really, I mean, Cannabis is definitely one of them because he's definitely his rhymes have scathed over so many things. I really like Jack Progresso.
Nice.
I like definitely Taboo, Cole.
Ooh.
From Dead Rabbits.
Yo, L's High is one of my.
L's High is insane. L's High is insane.
That's one of my go-to guys. Like when I want to listen to something, you know, off the radar that's fire. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's
L's
definitely
High.
somebody.
Freddie Gibbs. I'm listening to Freddie Gibbs. I'm listening to
I'll go back and listen to Das Effects and old Busta Rhymes. I mean, I really listen to. I focus more so on once you understand the I guess the function and the mechanics of rhyme, at that point, and you master that aspect of it, like I know at that point it's just vernacular and how many words do you have to bend. So really I spend a majority of my time listening to neo soul singers and people that are kind of on the cusp of rap, like a D'Angelo, a Bilal, a Erykah Badu, because it's when you study the foreign aspects of sonics that you start to be able to create new folds. So if I'm looking for a rapper, I'm definitely looking for Lord of Mercy that used to rap with Busta Rhymes is like almost like an original Cambatta. He used to rap like from the dungeon swinging, bringing the king in, ring.
Yeah.
You know, the proclamation of the Revelation chapters. You're here for the maintain disaster and master. Like I like people like really like that, like cellar dwellers. You know, boot camp.
How about Last Emperor?
Last Emperor crazy. Emperor is crazy.
That's one of my guys I go to listen to some different shit too.
Yeah.
Last Emperor.
Tricks, Just Allah. These guys who are kind of bent out. The dude, what's his name? Not Kane. Who was the what's his name? Cage.
Oh yeah. Eastern Conference All-Stars, Cage, Smut Peddlers, Weathermen, Copyright. You know what I mean? Definitely one of the dopest out of that camp. But yeah, man, I can see the influences in that realm of music. You know, like it's and like I don't like to call things underground no more. You know what I mean? Like because you know, like the culture is above ground now. Whether you are independent, it's independent now. Like a lot of artists, like things we used to call underground are kind of like called independent now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
I think it's just a certain sound of authentic hip hop, and that's what this really is, man. Like you giving us that real, man. Like I'm already the production and the rhymes and concepts, man, are all on point so far, yo.
Thank you.
So we're gonna get into this next joint. It's called Son of Horus.
Yeah, one of my favorites. Again, where everything you're gonna notice that everything has Christ connotation. Everything is specifically named and encoded to give you a certain frequency. See, the Son of Horus, and I noticed that I spelled horror as Horus because I state later in the album in Lambada that it's from the sinner that you get the saint. And that child that's born of no father must walk through the fire first by himself because he has no one there to teach him. So this is me. Actually, this is a freestyle track. I did this, I didn't write this joint. I was just punching in and going off pure emotion. And I used in the rhymes, the majority of rhymes, and in ore. And if you know about ore or oral, it is the stone to which most of the metallics are forged from. And so I go from the metaphor and door and, you know, Thor and things that have that ore because that is where the aura is from. And aura begins with AU, which is gold. So we're talking about what creates the forging process before something gets smoothed out to gold and to have that shiny surface, it must go through a rough endeavor. And that's what Son of Horus is. It's me rising from the fire to do darkness, which is perceived as evil, which is just strictly the bottom of the chakra system. So that's Son of Horus, produced by Nick Attic Sounds.
And getting closer to that light, you feel me?
Exactly.
Let's go.
Do I smell fear? Hood nigga, crack baby, ghetto lord, Magneto. I can show you what the metal's for. General, Got recruited for the devil's war. Cross niggas, slam on them, then I score. Hell welcome me. Put a heaven got a metal door. Never sleep. It's when I dream I see death galore. Go God. It's not an acronym, a metaphor. Ram God. How a human got a head of horns. Metal rain. You should probably check the weather more. Hot letter pour. Check his pulse. Yeah, that nigga's dead for sure. Bet he get resurrected in the belly of pregnant whore. Smell fear. Mistakes in here. Smells like hot pork when police are scared. Yeah. Every time I kill a bear, I'ma eat the bear. Yeah. Smell fair. Nose pick up a feast in hair. Whoa. D5-4 from a beast to pit. Yeah. See blind, no sun for at least a year. What? D5-4 from the beast to pit. Yeah. See blind, no sun for at least a year. What? Hood nigga. Crack baby. Ghetto boy. Good kids. Turn bad when they get ignored. Their dad. You created me, but I was never yours. I'm a king with a sword and a stone. I'ma get the sword. Got the keys. Ali, oxen free. The cops on me. Squally watching on the block for me. I got the trees. Molly Oxy and I got the E. The thoughts on me. Mama wanna get a twat on me. Mama walking in the clock on me. Snapshot, got a cannon on me. Like photographer. Zoom in, but you can't catch me. Right-handed, but I play lefty. Wayne West, give me 8 SP. Snort coke, cause I hate Pepsi. Smell fair. Mistakes in here. Smells like hot pork when police are scared. Yeah. Every time I kill a bear, I'ma eat the bear. Yeah. Smell fair. Nose pick up a feast in hair. Whoa. D5-4 from a beast to pit. Yeah. See blind, no sun for at least a year. What? V5-4 forming a beast to pit. Yeah. Seen blind, no sun for at least a year. What?
Wow. Bro. Damn, man. Raw.
Yeah,
this
that
shit,
one's all
this shit
energy,
is
bro.
raw, yo. This shit is raw, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. Team Cole, who you were. Good luck for the subscribe. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. This is all we do, man. We putting out real music for y'all, authentic shit. So make sure y'all subscribe to the channel and hit that little bell so y'all can get alerts when we go live. So shout out to everybody tuning in, man. Let's go. Shout out to Prime Artists in Italy, man. What's up, my bro? Shout out to my peoples out there in Italy. Yo, man, damn, yo. Woo. Yo, I felt like you took every like fee fi fo fum and all these nursery rhymes. I felt like you took some of those. Like I heard a few of them in that song right there.
Yeah,
and
like oxen free, which is the call. See, oxen is
yeah. When you playing hide and seek, like yo, that was crazy.
Yeah. This is
the way you rhymed to those, like the way you took those and actually rhymed to the pattern, like that was insane, yo. That was insane, bro.
Yeah, it was fun, man. Like the first time, actually, a backstory. There's a song on the album called 24 Hours, which was recorded the night before Kobe died, who wears 24. And that night I had 30 minutes left in my studio session, and I pulled up that beat and I just literally went in there.
You say you freestyled that, right?
Yeah. I knew what I was gonna say. Like as soon as I had Ghetto Lord, my mind was just fixated on Ghetto Lord. All right, keep that. Got recruited for the Devil's War. That niggas. Then I scored. Let me keep that. Door. And then I went back. I had the hook and everything. Went back home and I started writing to it. And then I went back in the studio the next day and I tried to record the written one and it was too technical. So I said, yo, fuck it. I'm gonna go back to the other rhyme scheme. So I just picked it right back up and I was just dan. And then that's why when I do the Ali Oxen free bars, they sound so free form and they sound so surface because when you're talking about, when you're on the, I guess the secular sinning frequency, and I'm talking about shooting, doing drugs, selling drugs, fucking, killing cops, that doesn't require thought. That requires primal nature in reaction. So I just reacted, and it's like, man, it just came out so energetic. I almost wish I did a third verse, but there might be a remix coming soon. So that beat was actually, backstory, that beat was originally for 5 Foreign. The dude
Oh wow.
R.I.P. to Pop Smoke.
Yeah. I could tell.
Yeah.
That sounds like some Brooklyn, what they call it, stomp, drill shit, yo. That sounded like some Brooklyn drill type shit. Word up. I love how you took that and you just manifested your energy on it. You know what I mean?
I really don't pay much mind to the contemporary world. I try to just always do the best case scenario through my mind and move with what I think is timeless. So I don't rap or make music in accordance to what anybody's doing. I honestly don't give a fuck what the world's going through. There's certain things I fixate, like I love MMA. I love aspects of the NBA. I love parkour. I love to see people dance. I love gospel music. I love mysticism and shamanism. So these are things that I have natural passions for. So I've developed a deep vernacular throughout the curiosity of looking up everything that I wander. So I just found a way to involve that in my life.
Are you a shaman?
A shaman. I would say I've been definitely put in that category. And I would say because of what I'm doing in my music, I would say that I'm absolutely a shaman to a mass degree, because I've taken my episodes, which were vitally traumatic, and I wouldn't advise anybody to go through. I feel lucky to even have consciousness. I just went through one on my 33rd. I just legitimately lost my mind a couple days. And every time I do, I always thank myself from coming back, and I say, this isn't something that I would wish for anybody, but I believe that I go through them because I'm the one that has the words. I'm the poet that's been anointed to describe the unseen and describe the unheard. And I would say there's artists that do this, there's dancers, there's many people throughout our time that have done this. I'm just the one of the ones from now. So this is something that's deep, man, and I am a shaman. And as far as its practice, I believe that is one of individuality. So I wouldn't say that I'm have been taught by anybody but the universe through my experience. Yeah.
Of course, man. You like the Burning Man, yo? Yo, you ever been to Burning Man?
I've seen it. I haven't been there yet, though. I wish I could go. Have you been there? You been there?
Nah. I got peoples that been there though. I know about Burning Man, yo. But nah, man. Yo, the energy's crazy, man. Let's keep it going. We're gonna get into this next joint. It's called Fall of Phoenix. You know what I mean? You want to say anything real quick about that?
Yeah, so this is for anybody that knows anybody that's addicted to drugs. If you know about me in the past, you know that I also go by the moniker the Crack Baby. I came up in the crack epidemic in a crack house with parents that were affected by that pandemic, that epidemic. I think the crack, what that did to the urban slate of every color, everybody that was swept in that, it didn't matter if you were black, white, Spanish, Indian. If you touched that pipe, everybody knew had somebody in their family that was infected by that.
One crackhead could affect a whole neighborhood, yo.
A whole neighborhood. Steal your shit. Just the vision of them gives you a bad vibe. So, and I mean, those are a lot of superheroes that were infected. The people that were infected the most by crack and dope and heroin are the people that had the most potential spiritually. Because for you to flip on drugs mean that there's a pathway that was open. The people that could take it and they have that fortitude, those are very, very, very strong people. On a physical level. The people that are goners when they take these drugs, like my parents and family members and people that I've seen are people that probably had great spiritual potential, artistic potential. That's what makes you so susceptible to these things, pains, traumas that you're trying to cope with. So this next song is called Fall of the Phoenix. It's the advancement of my Crack Baby epilogue. And this goes into dope. And it's the modern sense of the child the crack baby grown up, and everybody's off crack, but everybody's on the pills now. So that's what this is.
All right. Let's get into it. Fall of Phoenix, we here with Cambatta. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all go check out that Lunar, Solar, Duality, LSD on all streaming platforms. Let's go.
Like I said, man, I showed you my brand. I got a college degree. I got a family that love me. But I'm still standing here homeless and broke. Look at this shit, man. This how I eat out here, and ain't nobody gonna give me a motherfucking thing. Man, dangerous, man. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Because look, I got high with my mom. I robbed with my mom. Whatever came between me and her happened to blow.
No sleep, no dreams. From a coke fiend to dope fiend. From crack baby to crack fiend to blow speed. Nosebleed, can't wear the shirt if there's no sleeves. If I overdose and I die, I don't gotta go clean. Numb it so I don't gotta feel it again by no means. The lens of my black spectacles is nebulous. Resemblance stems with the crack residue. Specimen test in the lab chemicals. Past schedule down to my last fentanyl. Free city snap medical, that destitute. Physician written scripts, chicken scratch legible. Get a pack, sell a few, do them all, buy them back. Family thinks I'm on crack, why is that? It's cause I go to drugs when this life attacks. As it's getting harder, me getting high is how I react. Sleepwalk through this prolonged suicidal nap. Anywhere I lay is potentially where I'm dying at. Relapse every time I hear a striking match. Cause I never know where my light is at. Sleeping with the roaches and the giant rats. Addict since my Grammy gave me great flavor diamond tap. I was smacked. Keep slipping, keep sliding back. I need a map just to find a map. Walking validation of all the stereotypes of blacks. I'm a nigger and I'm fine with that. The crack baby is grown now, still a lone child, suffocating in a smoke cloud. Put the coke down, whole town on the dope now. Put the coke down, whole town on the dope now. I got addiction in my blood and it shows now. Hardest weak, deviated septum in my nose now. Put the coke down, whole town on the dope now. Put the coke down, whole town on the dope now. They say that everything that comes around goes round. All them dealers selling to my mama on the dope now. Put the coke down, whole town on the dope now. Put the coke down, whole town on the dope now. My spirit animal is a cold turkey. Body made of water, but it's so murky, dirty. Name Flint when this hoe slurps me. She don't like me, she just coke thirsty. Trying to get that brain freeze like a cold Slurpee. Shirley, she looked 50 in the low 30s. In high school, she was so curvy. Used to curve me. Karma has no mercy. My drug abuse history is so deep. In order for a copper to frisk me, he gotta soul search me. See police and turn white like Jerome Kersey's home jersey. Mumbling and call like a stone Furby. I'm trying to walk, but it's so blurry. Don't worry, I'm in no hurry. My emotional aptitude is rather shrewd. My inclination for discernment is null and void. Hugging me is redundant as punching rubber boy. Once upon a time I was mother's joy, now I'm just a droid. Numb to love, I become annoyed by everybody's voice. Any sympathetic expression is but a muffled noise. So lethargic, everything I do is hypothetic. High and pathetic, diet is diabetic. Stress levels defy the methods of Dianetics. Lord Zenu couldn't clear me with a science lesson. I'm not excited by the liar trying to find a heaven. I'm just trying to find an exit. Quite pretentious, lost child to whom life rejected. Stuck, stifled through this time regression. Everything's a suicidal weapon. I got anxiety and hypertension, hoping that the doctor can give me Xannies for my depression. I think I need some oxys cause my spine is tensing. Plus I'm out of methadone, it got me fighting medics. Twin nostrils hit blow like it's 9/11. I'm a nigger and I'd like to mention, if I overdose and I die, I don't gotta go clean. Numb it so I don't gotta feel it again by no means. The crack baby is grown now, still a lone child, suffocating in a smoke cloud. Put the coke down, whole town on the dope now. Put the coke down, whole town on the dope now. I got addiction in my blood and it shows now. Heart is weak, deviated septum in my nose now. Put the coke down, whole town on the dope now. Put the coke down, whole town on the dope now. They say that everything that comes around goes round. All them dealers selling to my mama on the dope now.
Ooh. Damn.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So many different things you touched on in that, yo. From
Yeah,
different perspectives. No, from different perspectives of, just dealing with the crack epidemic, you know what I mean? From being a crackhead to dealing with, knowing crackheads and seeing girls who turned into crackheads and all that, man. That was insane, yo. That was insane, yo.
Appreciate it, man.
It's crazy how you like showed the different perspectives of that,
Absolutely. A lot of the connotation that's, I guess, related to Cambatta as an entity as a whole is drug-based. And I always try to differentiate and make sure people can discern between what I consider entheogen as spirit herbs like mushrooms and marijuana, mescaline, DMT, and I want to differentiate them from crack, cocaine, heroin, and things like this. And then I like to draw a distinction from them because the medicinal purposes of the coca leaf and cocaine, there's medicinal purposes of opium, there's medicinal purposes of basically every drug you can name. It's just they're being used and exploited for the wrong thing, and they're being chemically manipulated. Even something like LSD, when you're using alchemy with God, there's a certain way to go about it, because obviously every piece of functional technology that we use is an extrapolation of nature. It's not like we're picking up a rock and it just becomes a computer. We have to bang things together and mix things together to create a new device. And it's a device, essentially. It shouldn't be a vice, right? Now, it's a device because it's supposed to separate you from the grips of the limitations of nature that we go through as just these soft beings. We don't have the strength of gorillas or the nimbleness of, cheetahs or the flight of birds, but we have these brains that are capable of creative adaptivity and invention. So, this song shines light on the addict nature of drugs, and that I'm aware of this, and I tell the story because I've witnessed it firsthand. In many ways, I'm an addict. I don't use such crude chemicals, but I have my vices. So that was definitely a joint that needed to be on this album to show the fall of the phoenix, because the phoenix is interpreted as something that's already risen from the ashes. So just because you've risen from the ashes, and just because the crack baby is older now, and he's not a crack baby, so he thinks that he won. But now all it takes is one bad car accident, and they put you on oxys, and all of a sudden your life has changed. And now you're looking at yourself, damn, I got caught up in the same shit. Or you get addicted to cigarettes or alcohol or
bro,
anything.
you could be an athlete and get injured and get hooked onto prescription drugs, man. You know what I mean? Or opioids.
And that's the fall of the phoenix. And you'll notice that 666 amounts to 18. And what is the age that they allow you to where sex is legal and you can smoke cigarettes?
Yeah.
This is just a little bit of what's to uncover here, but we can move on.
I see the symbolism, man. But let's get into the next joint. It's called Scale of Anubis. Am I saying that right?
Anubis.
Anubis.
The jackal god in Kemet.
Nice. Anubis. And this is featuring Natural Onyx.
Natural Onyx, yes, from Ohio. Shout out to the queen. She definitely added a whole nother dimension to this. Shout out to Gums for the beats. This is definitely putting in perspective. And in the scale of Anubis is the gatekeeper. He's a guy he's the Grim Reaper. He's the one that brings you to death. And he weighs your heart against a feather. And if your heart is heavier than a feather, then you have to repeat life. You have to go through purgatory. He then brings you to purgatory to cleanse and forget, so you can get shipped right back to earth. But if your heart is lighter than a feather, the feather that's symbolized in Forrest Gump, with you being dumb, right? So he didn't carry any sin or any regret with him. So when you're light as a feather, you then get passed over to heaven, and the Grim Reaper becomes the angel. So so scale of Anubis is that struggle with me holding on to guilt and get rid of guilt from everybody that I feel is responsible for my life.
All right, so we getting closer to the light. Let's go. I mean, scale of Anubis. This is Cambatta, LSD. Make sure y'all go check this out on all streaming platforms after y'all peep it. This is Break a Leg ENT. I'm your boy Kosan. Let's go. Real hip hop.
Look, I just smoked all my money up and I'm still hurting. Up until the day my Grammy died, she was still working. I could count on my hands how many times I've met a real person. Blew the engine out before I even got the wheels turning. Still yearning. My passion's becoming a real burden. Still learning. Though I know who death is, I be still flirting. Reveal curtain. Think I tested just to feel certain. So when it's destined, I don't feel nervous. Guess the question's what is real purpose? If God made me in his image, then he must have been a nigga too. Broken, hungry with no dinner too. Getting tempted by these women too. God made me in his image, then he must have been a sinner too. Grew the apple that she bit into.
I just want to talk about what's on my mind before I explode. Staring at these four walls got me so confined, and I'm uneasy. Sipping on antifreeze, yeah. Everyone knows I'm about 1, 2, 3 steps from the line, out of control. I don't really mean to be this damn unkind, but I'm uneasy. Sipping on antifreeze, yeah.
Look, I guess I wish I knew how gravity felt. Cause either my head in the clouds or I'm getting mad at myself. God listened, but my pride wouldn't let me ask him for help. It's like my spirit got the chastity belt. I put my broken heart back on the shelf. God is not to blame. You are not to blame. Daddy's not to blame. Mommy's not to blame. Devil's not to blame. Karma's not to blame. Potter's not to blame. They tried to tell me that we are all the same, but the thing that makes you, you and me are not the same. Lord, if God made me in his image, then he must have been a nigga too. Broken, hungry with no dinner too. Getting tempted by these women too. God made me in his image, then he must have been a sinner too. Grew the apple that she bit into.
I just want to talk about what's on my mind before I explode. Staring at these four walls got me so confined, and I'm uneasy. Sipping on antifreeze, yeah. Everyone knows I'm about 1, 2, 3 steps from the line, out of control. I don't really mean to treat this damn unkind, but I'm uneasy. Sipping on antifreeze, yeah.
Sipping on antifreeze, you feel me?
Yeah, when the temperature's too hot, You know what I mean? You grabbing anything to get high at that point. You know, we could get
Fire,
lazy
yo.
with that, but that's basically the prayer. That's the realization. That's the moment where you're like, yo, the only way I'm gonna get past this is to let go of something. You know, it's like imagine having a duffel bag with your whole life of regrets in it, and you get thrown in the ocean. And if you hold on to this bag of regrets, you're gonna sink to the bottom. Only way you'll float to the surface is to let out the contents of that bag. And that's what that was. Essentially, it's a prayer, but it's a prayer not outward but inward to oneself.
Fire, man. Yeah, that track was dope, man. That track was dope, yo. Like, I mean, and the crazy part is like the groove of it was dope. Like I could just jam out to that. Like the beat was laid back and cool.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? But the concept, that you put on it was crazy. And the hook was fire. The hook was dope as hell.
yeah, spacey. You know, it's like, almost robotic. It was definitely what happens to you when you're high as fuck all the time, for sure.
Shout out to Natural Onyx on that, man. That was
Yeah,
fire, yo. That
man.
was
Yeah,
fire,
we
man.
got more work coming. We actually recorded more that night, so there's more gifts in store for the people. There's
Word.
more not out than out, for sure.
That was like what's that group? Antward in the South African group. I forgot
Yeah.
the name. Yo, that kind of had that feel, that hook, yo. Like that kind of had that type of feel to it, man.
Word.
Yo, man, I'm looking forward to the visuals on this, yo. I know you're gonna have some crazy visuals,
Yeah,
videos.
there's a couple out right now. We have a couple visuals out, but of course, the pandemic kind of slowed things up. But yeah, we're not gonna let off the gas just because it's out. We're gonna definitely unfold some of the visuals. We're kind of just taking a poll of what are the most popular. We're kind of getting some feedback to see, so we make sure that we get the cue from people, so we unfold an envelope that has already been chosen.
Yo, shout out to everybody that's tuning in, man. They loving the project. My people's M. Dot Prime Artist in Italy. They said it's fire. My man Issa said it's fire. He said message. Sheena Hall said it's beautiful. Shout out to Zealous Beats. That's tuned in. Everybody else that's tuned in, man. We appreciate y'all.
Shout out.
All right, so we gonna get into this next joint, which is the end of the darkness. You know what I mean?
Well,
Right?
yeah, I would say so. Numerical is so right before the light, you're gonna get the final test, and that's always the hardest test. They say before you enter the gates of heaven, your life gets flashed in front of you, and that can cause panic because, like I said, holding on to regret, holding on to these guilts, even after you thought you've done the work on the surface. Sometimes your heart is still holding on to something. So Numerical, which is the next joint, I believe, right?
Yep, Numerical.
Yeah, this joint, shout out to Eddie Deuce, E-Bass, Addict Sounds for this beat. This is another one that I kind of put in freeform, and this is me feeling like God hasn't answered my prayers. So almost like in the Stand with Eminem, the fan almost gets agitated at the beginning. He's praying and he's almost happy, but then as it goes on, it starts to get a little darker. And I guess Numerical is me saying, look, I thought I shed everything. I thought I made all my life sacrifices. I've been true, but all my prayers have gone unanswered. So right before the light is the darkest point. So Numerical is the cusp. It's the precipice. It's the crux.
And new mirror spelled like mirror, like you looking at like you're looking at your reflection.
This is, yes, exactly. This is the final capstone on the final analysis. This is really me facing myself, realizing that I've been looking for the Wizard of Oz. But then when I unveiled that curtain, it was me. It was just a mirror that showed me, and I'm like, oh shit. So I prayed to God, and I'm really just talking to myself.
Wow. I mean, and that's what really it is.
Yeah.
Your conscious is that spiritual, energy that we call God, I guess. You know what I mean? Like we have everyone has that in themselves. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So Yo, that's dope, man. We gonna get into this joint. It's called New Miracle. Shout out to Cambatta. We here. LSD album review. Everybody that's tuned in, man. Appreciate y'all. Julio Santos, I see you. He said I was there when he recorded this freestyle. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Shout out to Julio Santos. What up, man? Let's go.
What you die for? Something that you'd rather be alive for? Is it something true enough to lie for? Father, I'm the you that you deny yours. Why was I born? I survived for shit that you would do a suicide for. Got a mama, I would do a homicide for. All this crying got a nigga eyes sore. Tell me why, Lord. All this praying, but you don't reply, Lord. Can you send me down a sign, Lord? Got a nigga kneeling down on my floor. Some rose got the spike thorns, like what Christ wore, floating like a ribbon in the sky war. This is my story, like a life force you would die for divine glory. Can you help me, God, cause I'm falling? Can you hear me, God, cause I'm calling? This is my story. Lord, got some shit I need to say. Lord, I hope you hear me when I pray. It ain't good around my way. Lord, I need a miracle today. Got some shit I need to say. All I got is me, I don't got nobody else. Traded in my time, family and health. Have you ever felt like you hot enough to freeze, but you cold enough to melt? Feeling like a waste, should be hanging from a belt. Got a soul that is for sale, is it only for the wealth? Am I talking to myself? On a knee, I never know. For your help, gotta play the way it's go. Got some shit I need to say. Lord, I hope you hear me when I pray. It ain't good around my way. Lord, I need a miracle today. Got some shit I need to say. I need a miracle today, yo. Today. Bro, that's my favorite joint so far, yo. I mean, everything was dope, but that one right there is a whole nother level. I mean, that's
it means the world, man.
I mean, yo, the musicality in it, is dope, man. That ain't just you like just spitting crazy rhymes. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? The musicality in it is fire, man.
It said
Dope.
let go, man. I just let go. And actually, so the guitar, the drum pattern and the sample was by Eddie Deuce, a long time brother of mine. Shout out to Eddie Deuce. And the guitar and the bass line was actually done by a gentleman named E Bass, a producer and bass guitarist. He is the guy who's responsible for most of the bass lines on Blueprint, including all I know. I mean, name the best Jay-Z songs. He did the bass line. He did the bass line, the Throwback by Usher, bass line on the Workout song by Kanye, on the College Dropout. He did the bass line on Renegade by Jay-Z and then Eminem. So this guy anointed that song live in person with me. And he also did a couple more joints on the album. So that song is definitely one that's close to the heart.
Yo, Julio Santos said that one was from the heart. Afterwards, there were almost no words said after you recorded that one.
Yeah, shout out to Julio. That's my boy, close friend, man. Of we got many stories. He actually runs the Team Cambatta page, man. I'm very thankful for him. He's a pure spirit and genius mind, and very giving soul. And I'm very thankful. I can't wait till we could smoke again, man. First time I met him, he was one of the first to hear the original LSD before it came out. And he brought me he brought me some goodies, let's just say that. And he's a good person, man. So he was actually there when I did this song. He can attest to it, of where it came from.
All right, so let's get into the solar side. You know what I mean?
Yes.
We started off with 24 Hours.
24 Hours featuring Red Pill, produced by Black Magic, who did my Holy Ghost albums. This album is on another wave too. It's based on the 24-hour dichotomy of life, of light and day, where it goes from the dark to the light, and you have this 24-hour cycle. This was actually recorded on the night that Kobe died. I recorded this before I recorded Son of Horus, and so this song means a lot too. It's a whole different flow as well. And shout out to Red Pillar. He's the rap verse on this.
Yo, shout out to my man Eason. He said the album does not disappoint. Shout out to my homie Imperative from Canada. I don't know if you know Imperative, but he's a producer and artist out in Canada. He said his homie Alcatraz put him on to you, and he actually told him to tune in. So hopefully he'll be tuning in. But shout out to my Canadian peoples as well.
Bad peace. Thank you, brother.
We get into this 24 Hours joint. We on the solar side now. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all go check out this project after y'all hear it here with us. This is just a preview, a listen, a taste, so y'all can go stream that, man.
Yes, sir.
24 Hours. And listen, artists need all the support they can get. Right now, we can't do shows, and that's where our money is really at. In this entertainment business is going on tour and doing shows, man. So try to, support the artist by copying a hard copy if you love the project. If you like the artwork, hit them up, try to get a hard copy and stream, and stream as much as you can, man. If you like the song, I'm gonna have that numerical on rotate, yo. That joint is crazy, yo. That joint is crazy, man. So we're gonna get into this 24 Hours joint, man. We here with Cambatta. Break a Leg ENT. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel if you love us. You know what I mean? Check out the rest of our content. Let's go.
All I got is 24 hours. All I got is 24 hours. Live and die 24 hours. When it's really age with the same day looping in the phase of just 24 hours. If your neighbor does more with the same 24, gotta ask yourself, what is your power? Are you living for the struggle or honor? Shit'll make a nigga summon forefathers. I'm just thankful that my mother brought fodder. Should've brung a double dozen more flowers. Uppers or downers, blunt of pure sour. Smoking through my last 24 hours. Same sun and moon, tug of war drama. Feel the tears look above and saw showers. I just wish I had 100 more hours. God's generous, but 24's modest. What we got a budget for? Can I borrow some of yours? Spend it quick as $24. Gone faster than my mother's womb chowder. I can feel a tender love and pure power. Here's 24, her 24, there 24, wish 24 hours. Would you trade your money for hours? Trade your hours for a couple more commas. First you see the dark and then you see the light. Then you see the day and then you see the night. I'm just narrating what I see inside. Think of my creator, I can read it right. Stumble on my path, I think I need a ride. Struggle in the sadness, bring my evil side. Swallowing my ego when I eat my pride. Fighting to the end until I see the prize. All I got is day and night, right? Night is dark, day is light. I say good morning, then I say good night. Day and night, my only options in the game of life. Play the dice, you lose them both if you don't pay the price. Night is black and day is white, kind of racial right. Sundial, it's made of ice like a glacier might. Calibrated the way I like, count the 24-hour hand. Rotate it twice, day and change tonight. Mother Nature and Father Time had a baby and they named it Christ. They only son, I hope they raise him right. Daughter told, her name is Lunar, but they ain't alike when sun is down. You see it rising to a greatest height. Feel like E.T. on his flying, levitating bike. You see my shadow on the moon, cause I was taking flight. Living like I made the shine, yeah. First you see the dark and then you see the light. Then you see the day and then you see the night. I'm just narrating what I see inside. Think of my creator, I can read it right. Stumble on my path, I think I need a ride. Struggle in the sadness, bring my evil side. Swallowing my ego when I eat my pride. Fighting to the end until I see the prize.
I'll be mad if you ain't at my wake. In a race, blasting faith and some pasta mace. Throwing bricks, wrapped in mask and tape. Take me from the fifth down to Astor Place. Let me see the grin on the bastard's face. I'm coming from the kin of the master race. Next to Nipsey in the master's race. I know the code, so I crack the safe. Bury me with Sadie in his casket late. And we owners, so our master safe. Bury me in polo with a gap on waist. Victory is sweet, I need the aftertaste.
First you see the dark and then you see the light. Then you see the day and then you see the night. I'm just narrating what I see inside. Think of my creator, I can read it right. Stumble on my path, I think I need a ride. Struggle in the sadness, bring my evil side. Swallowing my ego when I eat my pride. Fighting to the end until I see the prize.
Bro, fire right there, yo.
Thank you, brother.
Yo, I'm gonna be honest, yo. That's a radio joint right there, bro.
Yeah.
That's a radio joint right there, yo.
Yeah.
For real, man. That shit got some flavor, yo. That's fire right there, man.
I appreciate
fire,
that.
yo.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Brother Rich, Black Magic, and Red Pill. They were vital in my growth as an artist. Red Pill is the first artist that I work with coming out here. Brother Rich is responsible for my Holy Ghost projects. When we started this off, we listened to GOAT featuring Loaded Lux, and he was actually a producer of that. And that's also foreshadowing because me and Lux are working on a project that's gonna come out in October.
Bro, you always foreshadowing. You did a song 24 hours the night before Kobe died and shit. Yes. Or the night Kobe died, man. Like crazy, yo.
And that right there is foreshadowing too, because I have a song called I can't release the name, but it's basically based on Kobe and what we're going through right now that I'll be releasing soon. That I'll give you an early preview to. That is definitely blow everyone's minds away. So, yeah, man, this song is anointed, and I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. It's definitely got a different hop and a different feel than
most of people. That was some Roddy Ricch type shit on. Yo, you came with it like now. You know what? That reminded me of some Rich Homie Quan type shit.
Yeah. I love Rich Homie Quan. Yeah.
Yo, for real, yo, like that had that flavor to it, man. That was dope, yo.
Yeah,
that was dope. And shout out to Red and Pill. He came through it and did his thing on that too.
Definitely.
So what's the next joint called?
What we got next?
With Songbird, the title got X's in it, so I don't know.
Nigga La Tesla. So this song is one of the fan favorites, and this one is There's 3 songs. So we got Nigger La Tesla, Nigger Christ, and there's 33. There's certain songs that have a dynamic of symbolism in them. And Nigger La Tesla is me taking that same aspect that I took from the Nigger Christ and using it in a inventive, hyperbolic way to where I'm this, I guess, avatar of a Nigger La Tesla sort, but I'm Nigger La Tesla to allude to my black skin. And I'm basically going into the facets of genius and lyrically describing original inventions, and kind of putting together some real
don't say no more. You know why? Let me tell you something. You could believe it or you don't have to believe it. But Nikola Tesla is my grand uncle. You know what I mean?
Wow.
It's actually it's my grandfather's uncle.
That's why we're talking right now.
Yo,
that's why it says
talk.
Behind you, it says the source right behind you.
Yo, and listen, if y'all look up Nikola Tesla and you look up a few things, you can check his memorial his ashes are actually in Scotch Plains, New Jersey. You'll see my family's name, Kosannot, involved in that. He was married to, he's related to my grandfather. He's my grandfather's uncle. He was my father's great uncle, and he's my grand uncle. You know what I mean? Wow. So yeah, I mean it means a lot, but it don't mean a lot. You know what I mean?
Well, let that codex continue. Just like in order for them to create Grand Theft Auto 2, they have to extrapolate the codex from Grand Theft Auto 1. It's all contained. It's all contained. So all you got to do is press the button.
What's crazy is my neighbor that when I moved into my last neighborhood, my neighbor was from Yugoslavia, and his father, he's rarely from Yugoslavia. Like he's from Serbia. Like, so I told him who I was, and he didn't believe me. So then he looked up. I told him a few things about my family's history, and he looked it up, and he came back, and every time he saw me, he wanted to talk about Tesla to me. You know what I mean? Word is born, man. So
yeah, I love Tesla and what he stood for, and him. I mean, it's just the greatest, one of the greatest people that we have to base our lives off of, and definitely a Christ-like figure.
There's no Houdini without Tesla, baby. You know what I mean?
He was the real one.
Yo, for real.
Steve Wozniak to the Steve Jobs, Yo,
word up, man. So we gonna get into this joint, man. Let's go. We got Cambatta with us, man.
Enjoying Nigger La Tesla, one of my favorite joints in hip hop history, talking about from a subjective point of view.
So we about to talk about alternating current and what else we going to? We got direct current and we're gonna talk about the laser beam, and we're gonna talk about
and the coil. Let's go.
We're gonna talk about all that, man, right now. Yo, let's go. We're gonna go right now. We taking it to Wardenclyffe Towers. Let's go.
This is it.
Cause I was in a rush. Feel epiphanies tickling in my viscera. Mythical cinema with non-fiction insignia. I'll invent an artificial brain so close to mine it's arguably the same. I'll invent a sound modulator that can stop it when it rains, and a magnet that can shift how astronomy's arranged. The other day while getting high on the couch, I invented a water filter that takes hydrogen out. The CIA surrounded every side of my house. They heard I got the hidden secrets to what life is about. I'ma gather all the brightest mechanical engineers and convince them to build me a super telescope. With this telescope, I can debunk every astronomical ideology ever spoke. NASA wanna peek, I'ma tell them nope. SpaceX wanna look, I'ma send them quotes. Free viewing for the woke and ascended folks. Rewrite every science book ever wrote. Black Nikola Tesla, greatest of the non-living, living inventors. Thomas Edison was just a wicked embezzler, and Benjamin Franklin's a sick kitty molester. They call me Nikola Tesla. Never am I witnessed in a physical venture, only as a hologram in digital lectures. But even when you hidden, the reptilians catch you. Pocket knife crafted with Damascus steel. Watch how easily I skin a gator like an apple peel. My IQ will lead you to believe that my daddy used to microdose acid in my Happy Meal. Light blunts with the fire that be blasting out the back of a Batmobile. I actually have for real. I'm currently blueprinting a watch that does more than just ticking and talks. It creates a force field that's resistant to the pistol and Glocks. You can safely talk shit to the cops. I giggle at shots. I'll invent a form of corn on the cob, so you'll never need more than you got. Swallow kernels whole, shit 'em out, stick 'em right back on the cob. Rinse it off, having one is an unlimited crop. You better give me my props. I might be the most innovative nigga we got. I can hand carve a whistle from rock that can make a sound in a pitch that can lift up a yacht. The fabric in my new cloth can wipe the soles of your shoes off and make them smooth enough that anyone can moonwalk. Just had a new thought, never seen a pig fly. I should put cybertronic wings on a huge hog. Tell your wife I got a tampon that vibrates. I'll make a bottle of wine from one dry grape. My iPhone battery lasts 9 days. I see music in tetrahedrons and sine waves. I use words as joysticks for mind games. My spirit is so much older than my brain. Best invention since record players. It's called a quantum synthetic voice replicator. Speech emulator. This ain't even me speaking, but I'm synthesized so well that I was never greater. I coded it as a 7th grader. The prototype was designed with the same tech as Vader's. Creativity is second nature. I used to blow up shit in my yard and upset the neighbors. Experiments in the basement and held the deadly vapors. Solar's easy made a lunar electric generator. Mom asked God for a prophet when she said her prayers. She was pregnant 7 seconds later. She named me Nikola Tesla. My theorems give the sharpest mathematician's dementia. I see reality before the image can render. Squinting my retina, vision bigger than Kepler's. They call me Nikola Tesla. The biggest ideas need an even bigger investor. My current fee is set at $1 billion an hour for encrypted voice chat. Each additional minute is extra. The name's Nikola Tesla. My newest device drops next middle December. Presenting you a pain-free midget extender. Make a fat dwarf tall, skinny, and slender. When I'm whipping a Tesla, multiple rhymes, I'm a 12-syllable stretcher. Ghost in my mind like a self-inner Alexa. Woke up inside cyber realms, mythical sectors. Not your typical Tesla. Put a rocket engine on a miniature Vespa. Digit collector, rare critter protector. The beetle key is the levitation gift of the Kepra.
Reality is, the earth is yours, so don't let your inner power unfold. Reality is, the only real access we have is our own mind. Reality is, it's more than energy. Reality is, physicality. Reality is, now that you're waking up with to let you know it's your time. Reality is, we made everything. Reality is, reality is, we made
bigger investor. Like you need that JP Morgan, you feel me? You need that JP Morgan money. You feel me?
That's it, man. If I can't invent them with my hands, I'll invent them with my mind and my mouth.
Yo, I'm just playing with y'all, man. But yo, that's dope, man. Like to me, that was almost like some Razzcast Soul on Ice type shit right there, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the way you put that together, you know, the concept of it.
Yeah.
You feel me? And it was a history lesson at the same time.
Yes, sir. It was basically, yeah, like I said, it was hyperbolic, but the inventions that I put forth are probably possible, more than likely, if I could think of them and bar them out. And then the associations with the Nikola Tesla name, I mean, anybody that knows my style knows that I like to extrapolate one's life directly from the rhyming syllables in their name, like I did with Michael Jackson. So with Nikola Tesla, I gave it 2 hooks, but they weren't the same. They weren't repetitive. The repetitive action was in the fact that I kept mentioning Nikola Tesla and then describing the mythos. And as part of the trifold God, like I said, we have Nikola Tesla, we have Nigger Christ, and we have Michael Jackson on this album. And so there's 3 deities that were kind of combined on this.
Yo, crazy shit right now, right? We was talking about Tesla, and I was gonna tell a story about. Shout out to Mickey Fax. I was gonna tell a story about Mickey Fax because we did a photo shoot with him one day, and I told him, "Yo, Mickey, meet me at the Tesla memorial in New York." You know what I mean? And I swear, yo, right now he texts me like, "Yo, it's crazy how I didn't even say it yet. Like he literally just texted me while I was thinking about that, yo."
Wow,
you know what I mean?
wow.
So shout out to
Mickey Fax for sure. He actually just shouted me out on Twitter, and I met him a couple times. That dude is a magician. He's a masterful rapper, one of the greatest wordsmiths of all time for sure. Mickey Fax is incredible.
And speaking of that, man, yo, if y'all don't know, The Achievement is one of the best hip hop albums of all time. Shout out to Mickey Fax for always putting out real hip hop dope music. Yo, I mean this project so far, yo, the feel of this project, this is up there to me with like Lupe, Dro Gas Wave, man. Like this is one of them projects where it's a masterful body of work, yo. Like, yeah, I mean, it's not just music, man. It's more than that, yo. It's lessons, it's life, it's reality. You know what I mean? And it's art. So and the artwork is fire on top of that, man.
Yeah, it's I had to make sure that like I consider this really my first album. And it definitely, anytime I really create an album, I try to make sure that after it's executed and it's delivered, if I die the day after, that my story can be told up to that point, and I can feel some aspect of achievement upon my transition. And this project, I released it on my 33rd birthday, and basically it's the perfect epilogue. It's the perfect, you know.
Happy belated, man. That was just last week or so, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I don't normally celebrate my birthdays, but the ritual that comes along with it is very powerful, especially when you hit these master numbers. And it's a number that's so, you know, I guess it has a synchronicity and a whole lot of mysticism and, you know, symbolism throughout time and religion. So
Patrick Ewing.
Patrick Ewing.
But it's crazy because, you know, when you look deep into what numbers mean, you know, like you really have to check it out because I mean, there's numbers that I consistently see every day. Like I literally look at my clock every day. When it's 4:44,
yeah,
I look at my clock by accident. Like I'm just like I'm doing mad stuff, and then all of a sudden I look at my clock and it's 4:44, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
First it was 222, right? First it was 111. Then it went to 222. Then it went to 333. Now it's 444.
Wow.
You know I mean, word is born.
You traveling. You're gonna make it to that 999. That day you better stay. Once after that 999, stay at home, bro. Fasten your seatbelt.
Yo, it's crazy because I swear I'll be playing, like I'll literally be playing NBA 2K. And my boy will call timeout at 4:44 left in the fourth quarter.
Oh, yes.
I'm like, yo, this is crazy, man. This is crazy.
Yeah, I'm haunted by that same number sequence. It's almost like the Jim Carrey movie, number 23. I mean, license plates, everything, everywhere has some kind of combination. I noticed the 33 every day, the 44, 44. My grandma.
You pay for some groceries and it's $4.44. It's crazy like that, though, yo. I'm saying, yo, it's crazy. But it was like I said, even before that, first it was 111, then it was 222, and then it was 3. Like my mom lived in a place in Edison, New Jersey, that was 222 Bolton Street, 2222 Bolton Street, right? Then moved to another place in Manchester that was 2224 Benchley Court, and I'm like, yo, this number is crazy, yo, it's crazy, man. But
what happens? We're living in a numerical cosmos that has patterns, and they're visible. It's not supposed to be hidden, you know. It's here, you know, and that's what this is. I use that. So 33 is track 3.
Numerical,
yeah, exactly. Man. 666 is track 6. You'll notice that on the grand number theorem, it's track 11, and that is chapter 1 of 1. So everything has this numerical value on this album as well.
And now we get in the grand number theorem.
Yep, 11. Now 111.
This is how it. This is. Hey, look, this is all organic. You know what I mean? We just going with the flow. I don't have no questions written down or anything, no script written down, man. We here just doing this organically. I'm actually listening to the album for the first time with y'all. You know what I mean? So that's why it's so authentic. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in. Zealous said 444 for him too. See, man, it's crazy. Yo. We all on the path though. Let's keep on that path.
This song right here, Grand Number Theorem, I'll say, is definitely one of the most creative and innovative conceptual song in hip hop history, maybe written history. It takes a new spin on numbers and their visual and their depth and their meaning. And I mean, it's definitely a gem in hip hop, and I'm just grateful that it came through me.
Let's go. Grand Number Theorem. Let's go.
Look, most loners are alone, I feel all one. Not half a one, a whole where a half is from. A whole is but a circle, which is actually none. I'll go back to 1 before 2, 4, 2, 42, fortitude, atom, then it's 6, 6 atoms. 4 and 2's 8, infinity went vertical. 0 with a twist, like a Taurus or a Mobius strip. It's the holy of the holy of glyphs. Number 9 is a 1 with his nose on his dick. Number 2 is synonymous with more than just shit. Duality when the polar is split. Cross suns, your solar eclipse. Devil 18s that know the 3-6. Deep thesis. The 0 is an egg with the capacity of hatching to any fraction. Imagine in your brain. I'm doing numbers. I'm doing numbers. I'm doing numbers. My mathematics forcing you to wonder. Yeah, I'm doing numbers. I'm doing numbers. Yeah, I'm doing numbers. My mathematics forcing you to wonder. Number 1 is depicted with a straight line. The quickest way to travel within space-time. Number 2 is a 1 on his knees praying. To itself, 1's a capital I. Number 3 is like an open set of handcuffs. Trial tried M8 when clamped up. Uppercase Q is a 0 when it's pissing. Lowercase q is a 9 when it stands up. Letters are just numbers, and words are like algebra formulas that your brain processes to make colors. Atoms are just pixels, and DNA's coding that's activated by light and then crystallizes within you. 64 codons, 6 plus 4 like the bits in my Nintendo I play Mario on. 10 said 1 merry, oh numericals. 11's 1 in a merry-do, merry go round like the sun do. Time starts with the 1, ends with the 1, 2, or 12. Slow down to 12's what I run to. Forward like the word for the whole in 1, 2, like 3 4's. Number of disciples of the King, Lord figures that I bring forth. 5 like the points in the pentagram. You flip it to images, cold-headed man. Baphomet, supreme 5 power, yes, the balance between Ra and Set. Ra, set, reset, God
God in flesh. 5 letters when I lie is text. 5 fingers, 5 toes, and they all in set like 2 arms, 2 legs. Head start when they all are stretched. I guess you could say I'm obsessed, counting down to my conscious death. Blessed. I'm doing numbers. I'm doing numbers. Yeah, I'm doing numbers. My mathematics forcing you to wonder. Yeah, I'm doing numbers. Yeah, I'm doing numbers. Yeah, I'm doing numbers. My mathematics forcing you to wonder. When I think about what numbers are, my brain gets numbers are. 1, solo, soul, Latin for sun and star. The sum of your birth numbers is what you are. My social security is a VIN number. My body is a running car. Bun, base organism. My dimension is the 4th edition. 444, I be portal shifting. I measure time with the silence before the ticking. I'm the first before the second, before the minute. You don't get it when I fidget with these digits. I'm too cold with numbers, frigid. Numb birth, labor with the painkillers. I'm a prescription, listen. 6 is sex, 6 is legs, which insect steps. Sick like incest, sin. Inception of the 6th sense. Incense, 6 sensations. Scarred like a sensation. 3rd rock finish, only 6 days in. Rested on the 7th like a sick day in. In days in. Room I predict days in. A little acid out the big basin. I took the trip that shifts margins. UCC, I see 2 sevens. A triangle's a 7 in reflection. According to my middle school calculator, 7,734,206 people will go to hell. Whoever coded this reality wrote it well. 1 is a phallus, 0 is a yoni. They made 8 kids and the family is growing. Shit. Doing numbers. I'm doing numbers. I'm doing numbers. My mathematics forcing you to wonder. I'm doing numbers. God, I'm doing numbers. Yeah, I'm doing numbers. My mathematics forcing you to wonder. Bata.
You know, don't write the music.
Damn.
Sir.
Woo.
Yes, sir.
Doing numbers, but really doing them though.
That one takes some unpacking. That's one for the listener to digest and dissect and you know.
I love how you package these things though.
Yes.
It's like a hidden lesson inside an egg. You know what I mean? Like everybody loves eggs.
Yeah.
Whether you eat them or you like the shape or you wanna color them like Easter eggs or whatever the hell you want to do with them, yo. Like it's like, yo, you hatch this shit and then just lessons just pour out, man. It's crazy,
Yeah.
yo.
Almost
crazy,
like the concept of the little Russian dolls that when you open it up, there's another doll inside of it. Yeah, definitely provide you with a multi-layered entendre-like experience that has that one. I believe if something is written in perfect divine nature, then it will remain true in every language. It'll remain true by every measure. So when I speak, I definitely try to, I guess, construct my words and phraseology in a mathematically precise and accurate way to where it's leveled and equal.
Crazy, man. It's crazy, yo.
Yeah.
It's emotion. Yeah. It's emotion. It's just pure like energy coming from like, yo, within, man. It's insane, yo. So we're gonna get into the joint that I heard already. I hope y'all checked it out. Michael Jackson. Is it Jackson?
It's pronounced Jackson, but it's Michael Jackson. But I just put Mike as in the microphone or Michael.
Yeah, Mike L
as in God. Ja X, which is Jax. but Jah
Okay.
is God, and then X Son, as in the Son. So we have the Mike L God, we have Jah God, and then the Son of God. So we have
Dark Son. Yeah,
Christ
I got you.
symbolism. And I decided to make a hyperbolic, I guess, mystical spin to the Michael Jackson story to deify him.
Word. Shout out to my boy Eddie Dose, Go Illa, was good. If y'all just tuned in, we here with Cambatta. We doing this LSD album review, Lunar, Solar, Duality. Make sure y'all go check it out after you hear it on here with us. It's kind of, we try to do a listening party with the artists because we can't do shows. So this is a way for us to vibe out with the fans and get a background story about the project. Shout out to Cambatta for coming through. This is Mike L. Jackson. Mike L. Jackson.
You know, don't write the music. Let the music write itself.
With any type of creation, you create what's inside of you. Subconsciously, what influences you. I'm a fantasy fanatic. And anything that took you off into another world, escapism, that's what I like. I'm not so crazy about the reality of everything. I like live fantasy. And that's why I try to create. To get away, to become moved, to become moved.
Am I white? Am I black? Shimon. My name is Michael Jackson. Perfect mix of white and black skin. Nose carved by the finest craftsmen. Moonwalk across ice and aspen. Modern Christ and Nazareth. Beyond anything the mind imagine. I look like Michael Jackson. Golden shoulder pads on shiny jackets. Diamond brightly blinding when the lights are flashing. Wild fashion matching. Back when, remember the time was platinum. Like Aladdin when his wife is Jasmine. She look like Michael Jackson. Are these bones in my face or some type of plastic? I name my son Blanket. Cause when he was born, that's when he was tightly wrapped in. Stories never end and I feel like Sebastian. Or more like Michael Jackson. Man's body that the child's trapped in. Instead of playing, it's most likely practice. Joseph hit me with a violent thrashing. Workers like we addicts, spirit stifle stagnant. Daddy, I ain't faggot. I give a kid a hug, people think I'm trying to grab him. Call it pedophile's actions. I'm just Michael Jackson. Asexual, inside retracted. Suppressed libido shifts to high mind synaptics. Space-time collapsing, spinning like a cyclone. Twisting like a spiral traveling till I'm not spinning like a dreidel to a righteous Catholic. Jehovah's Witness on the night of Sabbath. I'm a magnet to divine attraction. Expressing rhythm with a primal passion. Dancing in the silent blackness. Stepping in formation with the tribal patterns. Guided by this valley of denial magic. I follow shadows, sundials casting. I think I'm Michael Jackson. The one that MK Ultra spiked with acid. To the night of homicidal passage. I'm not a DJ, but I was still breathing in a body bag. Claw and fingers, vinyl scratching. To the sounds of Michael Jackson. I strike a matchstick in the driest cabin. Fire blasting, I'm Spyro the tiny dragon. Burn this entire labyrinth and hide the ashes. I write Michael Jackson in bold underline italics. Uppercase subtitled captions. Mikael, which means who is like God when defined in Latin. Deeper than the cytoplasmics, quite elaborate. Watching movies in my mind make my eyelids spasm. If you could read my mind, you'd hear a psycho laughing. Backyard got a lion and a tiger napping. Roller coaster too, keep your seatbelts tightly fastened. Metaphor for the life I'm having. After a day of brain surgery, I enhance my third eye with glasses. I've discovered what your science hasn't. Divide a fraction to a final fragment. The universe is a uterus having wide contractions. I found a pen and the Bible happened. I signed it Michael Jackson. Media stressing, need a spinal tapping. They killed me and Prince. Whenever lightning happens, it's the titans clashing. Crash tightly grabbing. Ladies passing out, got them falling like Mike Tyson chopped them. Lisa Presley and Naomi Campbell tried to have them, but I denied their passes.
Best womb is the test tube. Million other Michael Jacksons aborted inside their napkins. I cry every time it happens. They call me Michael Jackin. My doctor was a trifling bastard. He's the reason why I'm relapsing. Forever I'm relaxing. I didn't get to say bye to Catherine. Michael Jackson. From the darkness, Michael Blackson. From the pipe, Michael Crackson. From the music, Michael Jackson. I'm not my dad's son.
Damn. Woo. Shout out to our man Sidetrack Imperial just tuned in. He said the bars is crazy, man.
Appreciate you.
Bars is
Appreciate
crazy,
you.
yo. Woo.
Appreciate you, man. Yeah, I try to extrapolate his life from point A to point B directly by rhyming his name the whole time, and only highlighting greatness, and because we know the demonic side of Michael Jackson playing with the kids and all that crazy shit. But you know,
Yo, I feel like Pandora's box is gonna open at the end of this album, bro. Like, real, yo. Like, it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
The coding in this project, man. Like, yo, wow.
It's definitely
Yo,
a best case scenario.
I could tell that you're like a real hardcore researcher on information, yo. Like you'll find a box and then you'll want to figure out, you know what I mean, what materials that box was made from and where it originated from, and you know what I mean. Like, yo, it's insane, man. The information and the material that you put together in these songs, man. It's insane, yo. It's insane, yo.
Definitely, it's a bit of being overly observant and immediately looking for answers as you ponder them. I mean, most people have questions throughout their day, and they don't utilize the magic of Google that's in everyone's fingertips. But even before that, I was raised by a grandma who would never get tired of answering my child questions and never.
Dope.
Yeah. So yeah, I was always able to really, and I just held on to my imagination until my old age. I didn't let anything spoil my fun. So, but it's also a bit of retention. And like you said, just, I follow the words, and anything I stumble on, I make sure that I know it in and out. And a lot of
what developed your imagination the way it is?
I would say neglect, isolation, anxiety, genetics, and
Did you grow up like with access to the internet, or were you like did you have to like research stuff like physically, or like I don't know, going like reading books and stuff like that?
Well, yeah, when I was younger, I just I was just naturally intelligent, so I was able to get into a lot of the programs and get a diverse life. I did acting when I was younger. My grandma never said no to putting me in any programs. So I guess because my parents spoke in an intellectual way, they were all well educated and well read. So I was just surrounded by people that had good linguistics. I was.
Yo, that's another thing I want to say, bro. The pronunciation.
Yeah.
Your word pronunciation is insane. Like you literally like focus a lot of your rhyming like on pronunciating words, man. It's insane, yo.
Clarity. What's the point of having a message that nobody can read or understand or understand? And it's kind of like hieroglyphics. It has to be translatable on all ends, and it has to be directly relatable. So clarity has always been a big point. That's what made Jay-Z such a, you know, profound artist, is that when he spoke, he didn't have to rush, and it came out as easily as, you know, linear conversation. But I would say, it's attention to detail, and then understanding that rap is a linguistic art. So it's almost like in mixed martial arts, it's important that you know how to wrestle, you know how to do jiu-jitsu, and you arm yourself, and you have the ammunition to go into war, you know?
Yeah, man. And yo, shout out to the imagination, man, because, you know, a lot of kids nowadays aren't into their imagination, you know what I mean, the way generations before them, because a lot of times, you know, your imagination becomes lazy when you're able to just like have things at your fingertips the way it is now. You know what I mean? Like, you know, when we wanted to think about outer space back in the days, we had to like visualize it or what I mean, or just try to imagine it. So now you could just like, oh, let me type in man on the moon, and boom, they show you a video of man on the moon.
Everything's so readily accessible with this external brain that we don't have to really exercise our own.
Absolutely, man. Stop using those external hard drives, man. Keep that internal hard drive going, yo. You know what I mean? Store those memories and build, man. Like, yo, I said the imagination is a beautiful thing to have. You know, like it that's what inventors are.
Yeah.
They might not even be so smart. They might just have a crazy imagination where they can figure out how to improvise in any situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because anything you fixate on, you'll figure out a method to manifest it in the physical. So if all I see is this space boot in my head, eventually I'll learn how to craft metal, and then learn mechanics, and then learn the mechanics of the foot. And between that, I'll be able to make some kind of cybertronic foot that allows me to fucking jump 1,000 feet in the air or some shit. You know?
So speaking of imagination, we gonna get into this joint called LSD.
Yes, this is the
title track.
And this one, just like my previous song DMT, all the lyrics end in the acronym LSD, in that order. So all of the lyrics contain LSD in them. And it's insane.
Let's get into it, man. We got Cambatta here with us. If y'all just tuned in, we previewing the album LSD, Lunar, Solar, Duality. Make sure y'all go stream this, go cop a hard copy, all that. Shout out to Mellow Music Group for helping put this together. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
The thing about is that because you can theoretically get so many doses from the brain, it becomes a tool of living because you, a single chemist, can produce 10 million hits. Well, this is not some guy getting rich. This is about changing history. It's talking about 10 consciousness, expanding experience. One guy, 1 in 10 million hits in 72 hours, and there were dozens of these guys with different methods and different ways.
God, what is LSD? Shit, what is LSD? Bata, what is LSD? Lunar, solar, duality. What is LSD? But a little strip of destiny. When the lonely silence is deafening, and my living situation is depressing me. I'm repaying the Lord's spiritual debt to me. First time I took a lethal sized dose, but never will I load syringes with dope. I remember being lost, scared, delusional. Seen the same laws the soothsayer drew us to. Took a ladder to the 7th dimension. The body is literally spirit detention. Leviticus scripture describes Moses liberating social divides, leading sinners with the diethylamide. Add a little salvia divinorum, leave stiff and dry. From the forest, the last soldier to die. Smoke bubble kush, my lieutenant still dead. What is LSD? What is LSD? What is LSD? Lunar, solar, duality. Lucifer, Satan, devil. Logan, Spawn, Deadpool. The lunatic, sadistic, and dreadful. Osiris limbs scattered and disassembled.
Time machine with the Lamborghini style doors. Extremely limited silverish DeLorean. Why my head look slightly deformative? Cause my frontal lobes and optics are dwarfing them. And every time I let semen drop, I create a legacy of super demigods. I'm Luke Skywalker's daddy. My red lightsaber's dark. My laboratory secluded and dark. Lyric sick as dysentery. Yeah, I'm a living speaking dictionary. Mental lexicon, Sumerian dialect. I see the image like Spike directs. What is LSD? What is LSD? What is LSD? Lunar solar duality. LSD wears a leopard skin dress. Her tongue kiss is tempting, but a lifted skirt's deaf. Her voice is sexy, a Latin Spanish descent. Don't be the victim, the lady serpent detects. A lot of bumps on this long, slow drive. Should I give up and die? No, Lord shall decide. Longevity, sufficiency, and diligence. Loyalty, stability, and discipline. Made it through a lot of soul dissonance. With limerick soliloquies of Dickerson, the king before LeBron started dribbling. Sometimes I ask myself, what is love? It's legitimately serotonin, dopamine. The lack of it causes looping suicidal dreams. Like you smoke LSD, lace sour D's. Mental labyrinth, schizophrenic dementia. My lobotomized skull is dismembered. The tongue is but the liquid saw dagger. Lyric samurai duel and leverage sauce dagger. You would think I had a law school doctorate. You ain't never heard a linguist so dominant. Lips spit drooling, lean syrup drowsiness. Lubricant solvent dissolving it. Shit, LSD, legendary shaman doctor. Control weather like a Linux storm Doppler. I'm high pitched like the late star Doc Ellis. With the next level strike diametrics. Refilling my limitless scripts daily. Until my casket's laden with sweet daisies. I let stakes dangle. Overhead a lost starving dogs. Supply fire, light sun's dawn. Never let a liar shuffle decks. Black belt in Bruce Lee self-defense. Show you the wildebeest. Like what you see when you leopard stomach dissect. Let the stoners digest. What is LSD? G. What is LSD? G. What is LSD? Lunar solar duality. G. What is LSD? G. What is LSD? G. What is LSD? Lunar solar duality.
Ooh. Title track, LSD, man. Solar duality. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Yo, Young Dre, what's good? My people's from Alabama. What up, yo? Team Cambatta tuned in. What's up with y'all? LSD. Woo. Damn, yo.
Yes,
crazy.
Sir.
Everybody going crazy in the chat room on that one, yo.
Yeah, drop a leg if you fuck with that, man. L is shaped like a leg, actually.
Let's go, let's go. Drop them leg emojis in the chat room. Let me get some robot legs. Let me get some human legs in the chat room, man. What up with y'all?
You know, we gotta perform the miracles here, man. You know, it's like when Big L did Ebonics or when Nas did Rewind. You know, when you're not somebody that's just focused on making a contemporary radio hit, you have to do something else to prove your miracles. And, you know, obviously we can't walk on water physically, but we can do so verbally. And that's what we're doing, man. We're showing our prowess as artists, and there has to be somebody to do that now to inspire the kids of now the same way that I was inspired when I was a child in the past. And I mean, artists are getting away with murder now because everybody got a studio. And as long as you got auto-tune and some kind of program to capture it, you don't have to get that nice to become a widely known artist. And then a lot of our lyricists go to battle rap. So, you know, I'm just staying true to the art form and trying to be like water. And as long as I have life, I'll continue to try to progress the art as well.
Man, you a master of literature, bro. Like this is a masterful body of work, bro. Like I'm not even hyping it up. This is my first time hearing it, and I can't wait to like actually be in my zone and just listen to it. Now, you know, like another thing I want to say was we was talking about, you know, putting the clips in it and the artwork, and this is all things that to me make a classic album.
Yeah.
Is the artwork, is adding the storyline to it, the feel to it, the concept is all the way through, and I feel like, you know, nowadays a lot of projects you listen to, you shuffle because it doesn't flow. This right here, I want to listen to it from the first track through. Like, I don't want to shuffle this. I want to hear it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chronologically. I don't want to hear it shuffled, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, that's how
you don't take a puzzle and the puzzle's put together the way it is. You feel me?
Exactly. Kind of like Ready to Die by Biggie. The first track is him being born. The last track is suicide. You know, suicidal thoughts, and that's kind of what this is. It's the life or death. So yeah, you're gonna have your favorites that you skip through, but definitely you want to listen to it chronologically to get the full experience.
And everybody that's been tuning in, if y'all been listening and y'all a fan of Cambatta, yo, put your favorite song so far in the chat. Let me see what y'all favorite song. I'll tell y'all mine. I already know. The 24 hours joint is my favorite, yo. On this joint, there's so many, but yo, that 24-hour joint it's dope, man. It's a vibe.
Got a nice little bop to it.
Let's go. So we gonna get into this joint called Lunar Solar, featuring Songbird.
Yeah, Songbird was also featured on Nigger La Tesla. She's also on one more track that's yet to come, and this song puts so we have LSD, and then this breaks down the actual acronym of the lunar solar aspect. So this song goes into the duality, the polarity that goes into night and day, and what I mean by lunar solar, and giving you kind of a philosophical look at it. You know, and I have Songbird with that's adding the aura and the ambiance with her voice on the hook. So it's definitely, and then Piff James is actually who made the beat. So shout out to Piff James, man. Yeah, sure, man. So me and him are gonna work on more, but this is Piff James that captured this. The night I got this beat, I was on DMT. It was just an extremely a beautiful experience.
Okay. A few people said that 24 hours is hard. Somebody said 33 was their favorite joint. My man Eson likes LSD. Shout out to all y'all in the room. What did he say? On the produced by Ski Beats, mixed by Martial Arts.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Ski Beats. I got a couple joints with him. One is called Mixed Martial Arts. That was never on a official project, but that's somebody that's digging through the crates on me.
Dope. So let's get into this joint. This Lunar Solar. We here with Cambatta. Shout out to Team Cambatta in the building. Let's go.
85. 2 years before 89, seen a crack baby rise through these black rain and skies. Body water shape based on container size. Raising tides, triple imagination size. Sun waving high, moon waving by. See the great fish with the yin and the yang combine. Unity's duality when stabilized. Separation of the one I was created by.
Fire, man, fire, yo. That's I don't know, man. That might be up there with my favorite, man, with the
Yeah, it's
24
awesome.
hours, yo. That's dope, yo. That's dope, yo.
Yeah, I have some other songs in my series called Spark of Divinity. And I would say that is kind of like a pseudo spark of divinity. It's just me kind of using my, I guess, my ethereal compass to explain the unexplainable in a Taoist manner, to where I describe God by describing everything that he is and everything that he isn't, by describing the container in an attempt to get some insight of what the contained is, even though it's transparent and intangible. So that song adds a little, I guess, internal satisfaction in what you're noticing through the polarities of life.
Fire, man. Existence. You feel me?
Yes, that's it, man.
Existence, man. Yo, I feel like, I feel like I was just in science class and then like, yo, for real, man. Like, this is like science project right here, yo.
Yeah, and it's a science that's, I guess, already ingrained in us innately. It's the meta science. It's the science before all science. It's the science of existence. So when you hear it in song form and in riddle form, it actually becomes memorized and it becomes a part of you. Not like a lesson in school, but more like in a download that becomes a part of you forever. And just hearing it and reciting it yourself, it's actually you speaking. I'm just using my voice to tell your story, essentially.
All right, man. So we got 2 joints left. I mean, I hope y'all enjoy it so far. We've been here doing the album review with Cambatta. This LSD joint is streaming on all platforms. If you love it, go check it out. The artwork is fire, so you got to get that hard copy. I mean, I got to get a hard copy. I love collecting artwork. So shout out to that. Let's get into this joint called Silence of Lambada.
Yes, sir.
It's featuring Songbird as well.
Yes, yes.
All right, let's go. Team Cambatta, what up?
Yeah. Sunlight, moonlight change. One night, mood right. No sight. Open my eyes and get the view right. No Christ. Birth, love.
Mary had a little lamb. Sherry had a little Cam. Carried him within her hand. Married to a missing man. Buried under stricken land. Mary had a little lamb. Sherry had a little Cam. Miracle she didn't plan. Nothing makes saints like a sinner can. Grown man sleeping on the floor. Head of mice squeaking by the door. I ain't really eating anymore. Money spent on this bag of weed I can't afford. What's the meaning of it all? Living in the Bronx where it's freezing in the fall and police are on the wall. Isolated from the people I adore. Family and friends I don't speak to anymore. Mama struggles, she can't even get a call. Probably think that I don't need her anymore. I'm just working out my demons with the Lord. Put them deep into a song like I bleed when I recall. I don't even like breathing when I'm poor, so I'm working till I'm rich enough I could buy my freedom from the law. God, maybe I just need to be involved. Maybe it's too deep for me to solve. Lord, Mary had a little lamb. Sherry had a little cane. Carried them within her hand. Married to a missing man. Buried under stricken land. Mary had a little lamb. Sherry had a little Cam. Miracle she didn't plan. Nothing makes sense like a sinner can. Living in a stand. I get so preoccupied. I ain't know my uncle and my auntie died. Remember when I heard my grandmama died? Wasn't there to wipe the tears from mama's eyes. Little sister was and had her traumatized. Should've been home on Thanksgiving, I apologize. The guilt that's in my spirit can't be quantified. And when I ain't have a father, Uncle John was mine. Gotta try. Thank you, I thank you. You'll still be the one that I pray to. I still feel I have to be grateful. But why do you take back your angels? Why? I love you, I hate you. But I didn't ask to be made you. Can't I relax and be stable? Why does this have to be painful? Mary had a little lamb. Sherry had a little Cam. Carried them within her hand. Married to a missing man. Buried under stricken land. Mary had a little lamb. Sherry had a little Cam. Miracle she didn't plan. Nothing makes saints like a sinner can. Living in a stand. Already died, I can't die no more. I'm alive and I wanna be alive some more. Already cried, I can't cry no more. Feeling so high while my eyes so low. Trying to shine and let my soul glow. It's part of me inside, even I don't know. Places in my mind, even I won't go. That's the encore to the final show.
Not yet for that one. Hold up. Woo!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sherry got a little can.
So that's Silence.
Miracle.
Silence of the Lambada. So if you know about Silence of the Lamb, that's silence. Psi is the mind, and lens is the lens of the mind, which happens in silence. Then once it's silence and dark, then you can see and feel and hear the true mind inside. And the reason for this song is even somebody like Christ or the shepherd on his path, or the ram, or the goat, or the bull that was once a calf, or so on and so forth. When you're doing God's work and you're spreading the gospel, a lot of times the sacrifice happens first with your home. When you're spreading and you're helping the world, sometimes the people that you need the most and the people that you love the most, you unintentionally neglect and you lose sight of. And sometimes it's the people that are closest to you that may doubt you because they know you more than the people that just know you for your word.
Yep.
And when you're going through the cycles and you're going through your levels and you're becoming a man or becoming a woman, the trials and tribulations put forth or what test you into you becoming your potential Christ. So this song is me right before I make it to the light. I realized, wow, I got to make sure that I reach out to the people I love, because during this plight of me becoming a 33-year-old man and reaching my Christ consciousness, there's people that still need me closer to me while I'm helping the world. So that was Silence of the Lambs. Shout out to Songbird and Eddie Deuce, E-Bass, and Nick for that soundscape. And that leads right into Wings of Icarus, which is the story of Icarus is he had wax wings and he flew into the sun, which we know wax melts the sun. But to me, it symbolizes almost like a phoenix rising aspect of it. And this is me dying. This is me making my transition, not only dying, but transitioning as a whole, maybe not dying physically, but in order for an angel to get his wings, they have to let go of the ground. So that's why I went from the Lambada into the winged shepherd or Icarus.
And that's the next joint. We about to get into that. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. Team Cambatta, what up? I appreciate y'all. You know what I mean? They said the post interactions have went up 700% and 5 times more views. That's what's up. Appreciate that. Yo, shout out to my man, prime artist, Marcus Cato, M. Dot. You know what I mean? He said he's copping this joint, yo. Shout out to y'all.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Everybody tuning in and everybody that's going to watch it after.
Let's get into this joint. It's called Wings of Icarus. It's the last joint of this LSD project. If y'all just tuning in, we did an album review with Cambatta. Make sure y'all go listen to that, stream it, cop a hard copy. The artwork is dope. Let's go.
Damn. Oh, that nigga Camp, man. Oh, wait. Blow the smoke in the air. Pray. Damn. Holy Ghost will appear. Oh, man. Jehovah is here. Yeah. Partying. But nobody here. Damn. Why not go up the stairs?
Finally, I'm flying. I just grew my wings. Look at them, they're beautiful. High up in the sky. So happy I can see. Melody so beautiful. Finally, I'm flying. I just grew my wings. Heaven is so beautiful. I just realized. I died and now I'm free. Yeah. I'll stick to the game plan. This is really my escape plan. They're feeding lynches from the same branch. They're feeding whippers with the same hand. Damn. Nothing motivates like pain can. Then the slave ran. I'm just trying to make it out this wasteland. Now a shepherd was a stray lamb. Elevated as a space jam. He's king with the crown of an emperor. These gems that I found in molecular breeds wings that I found on a camera. Bling bling, that's the sound of my necklace. Ching ching, that's the sound of my register. Ring ring, that's the sound of my cellular phone. I might rise so high above the sky that I might die if I don't spread my wings and I might rise so high above the sky that I might die if I don't spread my wings and finally I'm flying. I just grew my wings. Look at them, they're beautiful. So beautiful, I just realized I died and now I'm free. Look in the sky, what do you see? That's not a bird, that's not a plane. That was just me spreading my wings. Yeah. Got off my knees, back on my feet. Now I feel free, like I can breathe with this debris. I'm on the cloud right now and I'm right now. We ready for a count right now. I'm so high right now. I can prove the law of gravity's a lie. I believe in my ability to fly. I don't even gotta slow to get me high. As I float above you, I look down and I say hi. Finally I'm flying. I just grew my wings. Look at them, they're beautiful. High up in the sky. So happy I can see. Melody so beautiful. Finally I'm flying. I just grew my wings. Heaven is so beautiful. I just realized I died and now I'm free. Look at them, they're beautiful. High up in the sky. So happy I can see. Melody so beautiful.
That was the perfect finish, man. That was the perfect finish, yo. I felt like I felt like I was listening to a Fifth Dimension song right there, yo. That was fire, yo.
Yeah, it's something different, you know. You know, first one I'm rapping in a really aggressive tone, and the last one, thanks to Jamal Ray and his background vocals, I was able to translate the spirit and I guess express it in a more melodic sense and still keep the rhyme schemes intact and allow you to just give you something to get the end of the trip. The end of the trip after you've already done all the traumatic trip, kind of in those last 2 hours, because the shroom trip lasts about 6 hours, the LSD trip, sometimes 9 hours, depending on how strong it is. So if we're basing this on, you know, let's say 8 hours for LSD, and we're talking about big hits. So each track represents an hour. You know, it's like the first 8 were the nighttime trip, and then the second 8 were the daytime trip. And it's always in that final hour that you're either gonna look back on it and be spooked out, or you're gonna look back on it and in those final tracks is when you look back on your life, you realize that it's not that bad, and then after that you're superhuman. You can smoke, you're like giggling, you know.
Yo, man, this project has been incredible. Like, if I had to rate it, yo, I'm giving you 5 legs on that, straight up, man. For real, yo, for real. I'm gonna be.
Of my heart. Thank you.
I'm gonna be bumping this. I'm gonna give you 5 robot chicken legs. You know what I mean? Robot chicken, not just the chicken or the robot chicken legs. You feel me?
Which is a very creative show, by the way. So that's an amazing compliment.
You know what I mean? But yo, I hope everybody that tuned in enjoyed. Make sure y'all follow Cambatta on social media. Make sure you go stream the music. The album is out right now on all streaming platforms.
Yes, sir.
Go check that out. Shout out to Team Cambatta for coming through, representing prime artist. Yo, I appreciate you. And he said, yo, this whole joint is a vibe, bro. And
I
it is, yo.
appreciate everybody that tuned in. Appreciate you, Cosign, man. You're a legend. We're gonna do much work in the future. This opportunity was more than appreciated for helping me spread my music and my art, man. That means the world to me. So Break a Leg, everybody watching, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe now. Watch everything he does. And when the shows come back, he'll be the first in order. We're going to do a tour, whatever you want to do.
That's it, man. Shout out to Rafe B. Actually, I don't know if you know Rafe B, but he came through late, and he said he was mad that he missed it. But he asked me to ask you before we jet real quick. What do you got lined up next? Is there anything that you want to tell the fans that's lined up next?
Yeah,
that's coming in the future.
I have a song that I've been waiting to drop. Just one absolute atomic bomb that I've been holding on to, waiting for everyone to, get their grips after the LSD. And so I'm gonna drop something, just one song, but I think it's as potent as a whole project itself. And from there, I'm working on a project with Loaded Lux. I'm also working on a project with Soul Messiah. I have a project with Domingo Padilla, a visionary project. He's the one who produced Dream Shatterer for Big Pun. Shout out to him. I have a project with Master Sin coming out, a project with Cole and Taboo from Dead Rabbits called The Bartians. I have enough music coming out to last. I don't have to record another song. I have another Cambatta coming out. I don't have to record another song until 2022. Other than features that I'm working on and I'm about to get back to. I had to take a little hiatus for the album, clear my spirits. But yeah, I got a lot of features with a lot of artists probably watching now. So yeah, man, I'm about to get back into motions and everything. But yeah, Cambatta Music at Instagram, Twitter, cambattamusic.com. You get the project. Shout out to Mellow Music, everybody involved in everything. Thank you.
Yeah, word up. Shout out to Mellow Music Group for helping us make this happen. Shout out to Cambatta for coming through. And if y'all missed it, go stream that project LSD. Go roll something up, light something up, pop a shroom, do whatever you do, get in your groove, and it's vibe out to this. It's a whole vibe. You're gonna love it from first track to the end, man.
Yes. Thank you so much, man. Take the trip, man, and pass it on too. Once you know about it, my method is word of mouth. It always has been. The conventional methods of marketing have never worked for me. The system rejects me as soon as they, take me. So yeah, please help me out. Spread the word. My Cash App is Cameron Carbone, CAMERON. I'll put it in here for any donations.
Send it in, man.
Hit me up. And thank you so much for having me.
No doubt, man. We're going to end it with this joint, my favorite joint on the project, 24 Hours, featuring Red Pill. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Break a Leg ENT. Make sure y'all tune in tomorrow. We're doing a live stream on the rooftop, the first one, hopefully of many. You know what I mean? So make sure y'all tune into that. Shout out to everybody that's here tonight. Stay safe, be healthy, be well. You know what I mean? We gonna vibe out to this 24 hours and we out of here.
All I got is 24 hours. All I got is 24 hours. Live and die in 24 hours. What is really age but the same day looping in the phase of just 24 hours. If your neighbor does more with the same 24, gotta ask yourself what is your power? Or you living for the struggle or honor? Shit'll make a nigga summon forefathers. I'm just thankful that my mother brought Bada. Should've brung a double dozen more flowers. Uppers or downers, blunt of pure sour. Smoking through my last 24 hours. Same sun and moon, tug of war drama. Feel the tears look above and saw showers. I just wish I had 100 more hours. God's generous, but 24's modest. What we got a budget for? Can I borrow some of yours? Spend it quick as $24. Gone faster than my mother's womb chowder. I can feel a tender love and pure power. Here's 24, her 24, there 24, wish 24 hours. Would you trade your money for hours? Trade your hours for a couple more commas. First you see the dark and then you see the light. Then you see the day and then you see the night. I'm just narrating what I see inside. Think of my creator, I can read it right. Stumbled on my path, I think I need a ride. Struggle in the sadness, bring my evil side. Swallowing my ego when I eat my pride. Fighting to the end until I see the prize. All I got is day and night. Right? Night is dark, day is light. I say good morning, then I say good night. Day and night, my only options in the game of life. Play the dice, you lose them both if you don't pay the price. Night is black and day is white, kind of racial right. Sundial, it's made of ice like a glacier might. Calibrated the way I like, count the 24-hour hand. Rotated twice, day of change tonight. Mother Nature and Father Time had a baby and they named it Christ. They only son, I hope they raise him right. Daughter too, her name is Lunar, but they ain't alike when sun is down. You see it rising to a greatest height. Feel like E.T. on his flying, levitating bike. You see my shadow on the moon cause I was taking flight. Living like I made the shine. Yeah. First you see the dark and then you see the light. Then you see the day and then you see the night. I'm just narrating what I see inside. Think of my creator, I can read it right. Stumble on my path, I think I need a ride. Struggle in the sadness, bring my evil side. Swallowing my ego when I eat my pride. Fighting to the end until I see the prize.
I'll be mad if you ain't at my wake. In a race, blasting faith and some pasta mace. Throwing bricks, wrapped in mask and tape. Take me from the fifth down to Astor Place. Let me see the grin on the bastard's face. I'm coming from the kin of the master race. Next to Nipsey in the master's race. I know the code, so I crack the safe. Bury me with Sadie in his casket late. And we own her, so our master's safe. Bury me in polo with a gap on waist. Victory is sweet, I need the aftertaste.
First you see the dark and then you see the light. Then you see the day and then you see the night. I'm just narrating what I see inside. Think of my creator, I can read it right. Stumble on my path, I think I need a ride. Struggle in the sadness, bring my evil side. Swallowing my ego when I eat my pride. Fighting to the end until I see the prize.
Shout out to everybody that tunes in, man. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all, man.
Thank you.
24 hours, not hours, hours. You know what I mean? Word up, yo. Shout out to Cambatta, Mellow Music Group. We got it here. Kosannot, Break a Leg, ENT. Make sure y'all subscribe. Hit that alert button, the little bell, so y'all can know when we go live. Tomorrow, we live on the rooftop. A disclosed location, no audience, just a live stream for y'all. A concert we putting on the rooftop, man. So tune into that. Yo, we out of here. Peace.
Thank you.